We're live.
I think we are too. I never know what the timing is, like when it officially goes live. I
Like a
think it's
minute.
like I think it's like nah, it's not a minute. It's more like maybe 15, 20 seconds. Regardless. Here it is. 25th of June, the year of our Lord, 2025. This is the weekly Alaboom, the longest running weekly, almost always weekly video cast on the YouTubes.
We were on last week. You were there.
Yeah. It wasn't a real one though. It's not on my channel.
For real.
Here. What do you think my drink of choice is going to be this evening? And you'll have no idea.
Uh, Dr. Pepper Raspberry.
No. Though I do have Dr. Pepper
Baja Blast
Blackberry.
Zero.
No, like there's no chance that you'll
There's
get
no chance. I
this.
have zero chance.
You have zero chance. I
Give
mean,
me a hint.
maybe if I gave you 1,000 guesses.
Give me a hint.
Ah, it's a retro drink. It's from your past.
My past? Fargo.
Well,
Fago.
no. I mean, it's something
Is it
that
Fago?
was.
Fargo. What is it
It's
called?
something it's something from our like teens. Like it was a drink
Me
that was
Mihai? No.
and a buddy of mine
Wort?
saw it at Sam's and he bought some and he brought a 12 pack over last time we played D&D and there was a couple of bottles left over in the fridge.
Shasta.
No, here it
Oh,
is.
whoa. Give me well, like two
Okay.
minutes. Martines. Oh, is it Jolt?
It is not Jolt.
I
Jolt tasted bad. I don't know. I mean,
I never
it
had
did.
it. I never
No,
tried it.
it was not a good tasting soda.
Um, it's not Tab, is it? That's
No.
that's not
Yeah, I
tea.
haven't
Okay.
seen Tab in
I've
forever.
seen it. I got some actually, and it's awful. It's so bad. I don't remember why I liked it ever. It was awful.
Just 1 calorie.
What else is there? I don't know. I give up.
Dun, 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 dun.
Clearly Canadian.
Clearly Canadian,
I don't know if that's
baby.
from my teens. I think that would be in my 20s.
Well, I apologize.
Yeah, you threw me off. It's also not a soda, is it? It's
It's a
water.
sparkling water beverage.
Oh, okay. Does it have calories?
It has some, not a lot.
Like how many calories? What flavor is it?
This is Mountain Blackberry.
I was close with the blackberry.
Sparkling water beverage made with water from natural Canadian springs. I bet.
Kabuki had a good guess diet, right?
Right.
Is it cold?
Oh yeah. It's got a screw
So,
top,
so
glass
how many?
bottle.
What's the? How many calories is it?
Doesn't say.
It's got to.
Nutrition facts, one bottle, 90 calories.
Oh, so it's got sugar in it.
Oh yeah.
Is it sweet?
Not really.
But it's got 90 calories.
Yeah, I know. But
Like, what's the sweetener? Is it like agave or something?
I don't know, man. It just says,
We need the ingredients list.
well, it's tough to read because it's
Yeah, I
like a
know.
clear
It's
bottle.
white on clear.
Yeah.
Uh,
No sodium.
no sodium.
No
I hardly
sodium.
believe that. Potassium? I
Water.
got potassium.
Ingredients: carbonated spring water, pure cane sugar is the sugar.
Okay. Pure cane. I like it says pure cane sugar.
Yeah, pure cane sugar.
Okay. Hmm.
Pure cane sugar.
What was the flavor? Raspberry? Blackberry?
Mountain blackberry.
Mountain
Jeez.
blackberry.
Mountain blackberry. Pay attention. Follow along. We're getting there. Um, yeah, so that's that then. Um, I want to talk about origins, but I mean, I was kind of like in the mindset of I want there to be more people here because my grievances have a great deal
This
to
natural
do.
vegan flavor.
My
That-
grievances have a great deal with my problems are have a lot to do with the
Lance, do you know how long it would take to burn off 90 calories? I've got this website that's got like to put 90 calories in perspective. That would be biking for 10 minutes, 12 minutes.
hmm? I mean, when I go to I mean, I'm sure your stuff, like when you're pedaling on your bike or whatever, it tells you how many calories you burned after X amount of time.
It does.
Yeah.
It's very low. That's no Matt Paquette like 600 calories. I'm more like two, 300. I
Yeah. I
don't,
mean,
I don't, I don't do like, I mean, I do as hard as I can, but it's not like I don't,
you
it's
should,
a standing bike, so I can't go as hard, it's recumbent.
yeah. You should do, I mean, like, honestly, man, I've been telling you, just do some weightlifting. I mean, because like muscles burn more calories at rest than, I mean, the more muscle you have, the more, you burn. Oh, look at that. Nice.
At my desk, so I do it when I'm spare time.
You just sit there and just
Yeah, just do some curls.
998,
No. Yeah.
999. Good stuff. Um,
It says natural vegan flavor as an ingredient. What is natural vegan flavor?
I
Is that
don't
on there?
know.
Is that written on there?
Yeah,
Is
I
this, I'm just looking
didn't.
at a label online.
I'm sure it's just got no, it doesn't have any like uh
Vegan flavor. I guess that's the blackberry. Natural vegan flavor. Citric
yeah.
acid. Okay. I used to drink those in the 90s
Yeah.
when I worked at Nordhell. Nordhell had those.
Remember that New York seltzer stuff?
I do, but not. I mean, I remember thinking I like the like black cherry. Like if I got that one, it was always the black cherry. And I never got it like I always got it like a deli, like a New York deli.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. Um, that was one of those things where it was like um it would be a rare thing. And like if I saw it, it was like a special treat, right? That kind of thing. I was like,
Yeah, I
ooh,
was oh you're like, ooh, yeah. Believe me, I
you
that's
know,
like, well, I'm really at a New York deli. I'm drinking New York
yeah.
seltzer.
Which is it's just seltzer. I mean, but I mean,
Yeah.
whatever. I mean,
Have you ever had
um,
a what are they called? Is it egg cream? Which neither has egg nor cream,
no.
like a chocolate.
No, I mean I believe you, but I mean I don't remember having
I never had one.
uh
I always wanted to try it. I'm like, oh, cool. Egg cream. No egg, no cream. It's a
no
fizzy
egg,
soda made with
no
milk,
cream.
seltzer, and chocolate syrup. Well, I guess milk.
Yeah, I can honestly say I've never had an egg cream. So,
Kabuki Kid loves an egg cream.
well, she's allowed to. Um,
Do you have any New York style delis in your town?
I have one, and I haven't been to it in forever.
There's a very good documentary about delis in the United States, by the way. They're basically like dying out.
Oh, really?
It's a good documentary. I can't remember the name of it. Let me see if I can look it up. There's a deli we go to called the time called Cindy's.
Okay.
It's a Vietnamese woman who moved here in the 70s and it's been going since then.
I mean,
Deli Man is a documentary in 2015 that explores the world of Jewish delis, focusing on the history, culture, and people who run them.
ooh.
There used to be a lot more Jewish delis in the world, but they shutting down.
Well, what do
Like
you
if you
do?
go to a Jewish deli, what would you get? Like knish, corned beef,
A bagel.
pastrami, schmear, bagel. Do you like if you eat a bagel, do you put like what do you put on it? Schmear,
Well, the
lox.
schmear. Why do they say schmear? I don't
I don't know.
understand
It's
that at
called
all.
schmear. It's kind of like
It's
a.
just it's
I mean,
just
it's cream
so it's
cheese,
cream cheese, but it's a
but
schmear.
schmear has stuff in it.
What, cream cheese?
Schmear is like cream cheese with flavorings, like chives, like a chived schmear. That's what I usually would get.
Hmm.
I mean, you can just get plain schmear, but then it's just cream cheese, I think.
I remember there was
I'm not a
a
schmear expert, Lance.
I remember there was a deli that was next to a pizza place I worked at when I was in my 20s. And they would exchange their food for our pizzas all the time.
Schmear is
And
Yiddish, by the way.
I believe you. But I remember they used to make the best turkey
The
sandwich.
best.
It was just so good. It was like this turkey sandwich on an everything bagel, and it was so good. And I was just like, I would eat these every day. They're like, I was sick of them, but but then I couldn't eat our pizza anymore because it was just like I'd had them so many times.
So this Cindy's has a matzo ball soup, which when you order it, it's like a matzo ball that's like as big as your head. Like it's this big
Oh yeah.
in a giant bowl. It's so massive. Now and you cut into it and it's kind of like cloudy, it's like a like light. It's not dense, but it has their chicken noodle broth. Just so good. Should have actually ordered that for dinner.
Hmm.
Jill is out of town.
She's off having fun.
She's in London right now, as we speak. She went to a place called Dishim, which is like a Indian place in London. So good. And I asked her what she ordered, and she's rattling off the things, and I'm like, you didn't get the shrimp because they have this like grilled Indian spice shrimp. It's not so it's got a name, of course. Like some, they've got like gunpowder potatoes is one of their dishes, and ruby chicken is another. And she got ruby chicken, Sikh kebab. Um, is it sheik kebab or Sikh kebab? I don't know how to pronounce it. Um, oh, the prawns. She did not have the prawns, but then she got dal and one other thing, which I'm not remembering. Anyway, sidetrack. So
Good
what do
food.
you order at Jewish delis? Just bagels?
Yeah. I'm not a
Okay.
big I'm not weird about stuff, I mean, it's just yeah. I'm not I'm pretty basic when it comes to my food. Um
Are you picky?
I'm not
Like, is
picky.
there things you won't eat? Like, do you
Oh,
not
there's
eat raw
there's definitely
or
oh
mayonnaise?
I'll eat raw onions, I'll eat
Do you eat
mayonnaise. I mean,
mayonnaise?
I'm not a
I've got
big
a few friends that like they eat nothing. Like, they don't eat any vegetables. They're like they pick vegetables out. Like I watched
yeah,
this guy
I
pick
got some
out
friends
tiny,
that are like
tiny,
that.
tiny, tiny little chopped vegetables in his the food and would pick them all out. I'm like, what insanity is that? Anyway,
Yeah, I got a buddy who he will he will tell me like sometimes when we play D&D, we'll I'll get ready to what's up? Is your room clean? Yeah. Well, I have to come and inspect it. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Entertain yourself.
you're gonna do a what do they call that? When the sergeant checks the bunk, you drop a quarter on the sheets. All right. In chat, what food will you not eat? Type it in chat. There's almost no food I will not eat. I think maybe an anchovy. I'm not really a big fan of anchovies. But I like anchovies in like dressing. I'll eat that. White glove test, yeah. Black light test. Let's see. I will eat almost any fish except for salmon. I hate salmon. Raw onion, you don't eat raw onions? Okay. I can't imagine a world without raw onion.
Ugh.
It's a sad world, Kabuki Kid. Do you eat mushrooms? I have a friend who also does eat mushrooms. Like, they're one of the greatest foods ever made, ever
Mushrooms?
invented. Yes. But did I tell you my mushroom factory story of when I was a kid? My school was
No, I
next.
mean, if you have, I don't remember it right
So
now.
I cannot eat a canned mushroom. Like,
Okay.
those canned mushroom.
The one in the
Very common.
juices. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, like so when I grew up, I walked to middle school. And the middle school was next to a mushroom factory. And I could smell, it's manure. Like it's basically like piles and piles of manure out front of it. And they put it in this building, like this basically a building with no windows, and they would have piles and piles of manure on the front of it, and it would just stink. Like manure stinks, right?
Okay.
And I smell the manure in canned mushrooms. Like I can like when I open a can of canned mushrooms and smell it, it smells like my childhood. I can't eat a canned mushroom. I'll eat a fresh mushroom, no problem. But that canned mushroom flavor, not good.
So it's
Life's too
weird.
short for canned mushrooms anyway.
It's weird that my when I worked at my first pizza place I ever worked at was Happy Joe's. We used the canned mushrooms on our pizzas.
Yeah.
We didn't use fresh mushrooms.
Ugh.
But I mean, but for some reason, pepperoni and those canned mushrooms at my it was
Something
so
about
good.
it.
It was
Yeah,
just so good.
I
It
could
was
see
like
that.
it was something about it. It was
It's childhood.
phenomenal.
Yeah, it's like a childhood.
I would make myself a I would make myself one of those all the time.
There was this
Uh,
like frozen pizza I had as a kid that was like a deluxe pizza. Like it had pepperoni, mushroom, green pepper, sausage.
mm,
We ate hundreds of those. Hundreds. Because it was
sounds
so perfect. Like it was a frozen pizza, you just throw it in the oven, 20 minutes done. Perfect.
sounds tasty.
I would die for that. For memory. Not die for it, but I want that memory
Yeah.
back someday with that pizza. I don't know what it was. It was just like a supermarket pizza. Like no brand. It wasn't like Tombstone or it wasn't like a brand. It was just pizza.
Um, no, I agree. It was um when I was growing up, it was it was Tombstone pepperoni pizzas were just like the
Was
bomb.
that the thing? Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think I ever
And I
had those.
remember and I remember and I always remember it was like it was pepper like and if we wanted to if my because I think I told you a story before when I would go to my dad's spend the weekend with him, we would um we would go to the grocery store and he'd tell me to pick out the frozen pizza we were going to eat. And if we really wanted to splurge, we'd get a Red Baron. Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh
the Red
yeah.
Baron.
The Red Baron.
The
And I
Tombstone's like the bottom of the barrel. Oh, did you ever have the Totino's?
dude, I still eat a
Oh my,
Totino's
you eat
pizza.
Totino?
Oh,
That
I
was like
love them.
college food.
I
We
love
would get like
Totino's
six
pizzas.
for $1 or something like
Well,
that. Like
yeah, no, they
crazy
used to be
cheap.
like now they're still like they're still only
They're
like
pretty cheap,
a buck 47.
but they're not good.
And they're square. And they're square. No, man.
They
I'm
changed it.
telling there's one that has it's a three meat and it's got like beef, Canadian bacon, and pepperoni on it. And it's like a buck 57. I mean, I know it's not good
A
for
buck
me.
57.
Yeah, and I know I shouldn't eat it, but I mean,
I'm gonna look at this. I want to know what's in it.
but it's tasty.
Uh, yeah. Uh, if we're gonna keep talking about food,
The Mexi Melt.
I ordered the Meximelt last night.
Yeah, and
So
you
Michelle
sent me the
left.
picture.
Michelle went. She left for London last night
And
at
you're like, and now it's time to be
7 p.
bad.
around 6 p.m. And I'm like, what am I gonna have for dinner tonight? Yeah, party pizzas. Party pizza. What is it? The combination? Is it a combination?
It's called three meat.
Three meat. I found it. 710 calories. A lot of salt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a good thing to eat. You know, it's a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
Um, anyway,
But
I did the cheesy roll up with the add pico, add beef,
it's
and I
tasty.
door dashed it. I got it door dashed. Cost like $20 door dashed. $20 at Taco Bell for all the, because they jack up the prices, and then
Yeah, yeah,
there's a cheap fee and a tip.
yeah, yeah. Did you get anything else, or did you just get the
No,
Mexi
I
Melt?
got some basic tacos too. I got two Mexi melts and two soft tacos, but I only ate three of them because I couldn't finish the fourth one. Too much. Too much.
I
I should have just got all
can
Mexi
I
melts, honestly.
can here, let me give you a not exactly I had an almost grievance today.
And almost grievance.
An almost grievance.
Grievance light.
Grievance light. And I'll share this one right now. So grievance light. This happened today. Um so I had to go um looking around for some things for Gen Con. Like I'm basically there's some things that like we need to order to set up our booth, and improve some of the booth stuff that we want to do. And I was like, well, I'm gonna go, and I had to go look in person for a few of these things because a few of the websites that I went to were just garbage, as far as like finding what I wanted to find. So I was out, and my wife texted me. She's like, "Can you get food for us on the way home?" And
Uh-oh.
I said, "What?"
Starting off.
And I
Okay.
said, "Yeah, sure, no problem, no problem." Now let me precurse this statement by saying that currently in there's an interstate 94, I-94, that travels between Fargo and Moorhead. And right now they're doing a massive amount of upgrading to basically the area around the bridge that leads from Fargo to Moorhead, going one way. When you're coming from Fargo into Moorhead, it's just backed up to heck and back. Um, uh, so I was already in Fargo, checking out a couple of places or whatever. And she said, what places are you near right now? And so I sent her like four or five different places that I'm nearby. And then my wife and my two kids decided they wanted chicken from Hangry Joe's. Are you familiar with Hangry
Angry
Joe's?
Joe's.
Hangry
No, but what a
Joe's.
name. I love
It's
it.
it's it's a
Angry Joe's.
it's like a
Oh my
hot
God.
chicken establishment. I think there's like it's a chain, or whatever. You can get hot wings,
Hey, there's
whatever.
one in Dallas.
There you go.
Not close.
So I
30 minutes away
I
from
said
there.
I
A
said
little bit.
that's fine. It's relatively close. Rebecca, my wife, said I'm going to put the order in. She said, "What do you want?" And I said, I texted her my order. Now I made a mistake with my order, and we'll get to that later. But I just so she texted me back, said orders placed. It's order number 86. It's going to be ready a long time from now. And I was like, that's fine. No big deal. I'll just drive over. So I drive over to the place. I walk in. They're like, can I help you? I said, sure thing. But my order is not going to be ready. My wife just put the order in. It's order 86. And they said, cool. Uh, and so I just sat down and waited. No big deal. Got nothing better to do, whatever. And I, short while later, the guy brought over a big bag of food and he said, "Here's your order." And I was like, "Oh, thanks." And I thought it was gonna be like a 10-minute, 15-minute wait. He was like over 5 minutes. Big giant bag of food. And he said, "You also got a couple of milkshakes. I'm making somebody's making them right now." And I was like, "All right, that's fine." So I go over. Strawberry milkshake, cookies and cream milkshake. There you go. Go out the door. Start driving back. I totally blanked on the fact that it was like 5:30, 5:45, meaning everybody's getting out of work. Boom. I hit like the backed up traffic. So there's a couple other ways you can get across to the uh to to get into Moorhead. And there's one actually that if I head way south and far out, just basically I was like, I'm gonna get off the interstate and I can go that way. So I'm kind of inching along, inching along. There's an exit. I'm working my way to the exit and my phone rings. I was listening to music or no, I was listening to a podcast and my phone rings and it's my wife. And I answer the phone and I hear her goes, she says, "You're going to be so mad." And I was like, "What's going on?" And she said, "They just called me from your place. They forgot to put your food in the
Oh,
bag." And I was like sitting there, I'm looking at these milkshakes in my pickup, and I'm like, well, I can't turn around and go back anyway because I'm stuck on the freaking interstate. I'm just like, well, I'm gonna come home and I'm gonna drop off the stuff, and I guess I'm gonna go back for it. And then I got home. It was like 25 minutes to get home with all the traffic and everything I had to go through. And I asked, I was like, "What's the number they called you from?" She's like, "You're not gonna call and yell at them." I was like, "I know I'm not gonna yell. I'm just gonna say, hey, I'm coming back for that food. I don't want to eat the wings that have been sitting there for a half an hour. I'd like you to make me a fresh batch. I'm coming back to get it." So I called back while I'm driving back, use my headphones. I wasn't talking on the phone. Called them back and I said, "Hey, I guess like you guys forgot to give me," and the guy started off with, "I'm so sorry, man. I should have checked the slip." And I was like, "That's cool."
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, "But," I was like, "I got to drive all the way back." He's like, to get this thing. He's like, "Where do you live?" And I was like, "I live way south more." He's like, "Ah, shoot, because if you're close, I'd just drive them to you, but I really can't leave. I'm the manager." And I was like, "That's fine. I'm heading back, but can you at least make me like a fresh?" He's like, "Oh yeah, totally. I'll totally make you fresh stuff." And then and I was just
But
like,
is all your food cold by now?
"Well, no, because the stuff I dropped off at home,
Oh, you
I
dropped
left
back
that
at
there."
home and then you went back.
And so I'm leaving. And then I said, and so I'm driving
Oh,
back.
that's committed.
And the guy said, he's like, "Well, tell you what," he said, "I'll just refund the price or refund your food and just show up and I'll have it ready for you when you get here." So
Okay.
I got there. He's like, the food's ready. And then he was like, and then he handed me, he's like, "Why don't you have a soda on me?" And he like took one of the cups, handed me a soda cup. So I went and got myself a Dr. Pepper Zero, and and then he was like, and then he handed me the receipt, and the order of wings was like $18. He refunded me $30, and he handed me two coupons for one free entree anytime I come back in.
Oh,
I said, he's like, "I'm really sorry, man," and I was like, "Stuff happens, no big deal." Now that's how you make sure I don't
no,
have a
there's no grievance
grievance.
there.
I don't have a
Exactly.
grievance. I
You
mean,
started
yeah.
down a possible grievance path,
Oh,
but
I know. I was
recovered.
amped up. I was like, "Oh, if this guy tries to mess with me," it's like when I talked about that one time when I had the Kickstarter where I backed for the book, for the one Kickstarter, and then I saw the guy at Gen Con and he had a big stack of the books there, and none of the backers had one, and I was like, he's like, "Hey, how's it going?" And I was like, "Great. I'm waiting for this one to show up. It's kind of neat that you have him here, though." And he said, "Here, have one." And I was like, what are you gonna mark me off?" He's like, "Nope. You get the one that you bought too. I'll send you that one as well." I was like, "Well, I would be mad." but you cut me off, and he made. I was just like one of those things where it was like this guy was like, "Yeah, I'll make sure that I'll give you
So
satisfaction."
I'm sending the link to Chad, but
Send him the link to what?
the Hangout, the Zoom.
To who?
Chad
Chad who?
Roberts.
Oh, Chad Roberts. I got you.
Trash
But
on Rob.
anyway, so I was impressed with that. He cut me off at the pass and made sure that I was okay. The lights are on.
Is the chicken good?
Well, that's the mistake I made. Hold on one second. What's up, honey? So I have to mute myself. My wife has a question for me. One second, please.
The lights are on. If anybody has their guilty pleasure food, put it in the chat. Let me know what you eat when no one's looking.
Yeah, the lights, huh? Look at
I know
that.
it's like that's like the bar at the end of the night. It's
Yeah.
gone. Like oh God, turn those lights
Yeah.
off. Get out of here.
Um, what's up, Chad?
Hey, Chad. Is
Hello.
Hey, I have that exact same mat on my table as well.
that a Berkey man?
That's
It
a
is a
Berkey mat.
Berkey mat.
And that's a Berkey mat.
It's an old Berkey mat.
But anyway, yeah, no, but so when I last time I got food from there, I had got the food was like spicy, but it wasn't overwhelmingly so, and it actually had flavor. And I tried to guess at what that was because I couldn't remember the last time that I ordered, and I misguessed. I guessed a little bit too high on the spiciness level because I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be so good," and I bit into my first chicken wing, and I was like, and all my children laughed at me because
I don't like the Nashville hot. Like I felt like there was a time when I just craved it, and then I got food poisoning off it once, and I just can't eat. I can't put it in my mouth anymore.
hmm,
Like I just don't want it, and I don't crave it at all. It's a zero. It's like it's a negative reaction flavor to me now.
hmm. Well, that's fine. You can feel that way. Poor
Did
little
you go to
baby.
the hot chicken experience or whatever it's called? What is it at Origins? Do you know what I'm talking about? The hot chicken place on the second floor?
I somebody went and got some for me, and it was okay. It was what I expected. So I mean, Chad, I was at Origins. They had not one, not two, not three, but four new Cthulhu releases at the Chaosium booth.
Ooh. Has the box set of the what was it? They were putting out a box board game Chaosium was. Remember?
Oh, the
Did that come out
the no, it's still in
in
Pledge
development?
Manager. You're talking about the horror on the Orient Express?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's still in Pledge Manager.
Yeah, they have not shipped that game yet.
No, it's not. And they even said that they won't close the Pledge Manager until they're like, maybe a good like 30 days from hitting the manufacturing button, and they haven't set a closure date for
Hmm.
the Pledge Manager. You can pledge for it right now on GamePound.com.
I picked up
Um,
the new D&D book today.
what's
Uh,
the new D&D book?
it's a book full of adventures that are centered around dragons.
What's it called?
Neat.
Yeah. What's it called? Hell, I don't know. It's something I don't know. I
I can
just
look it
have
up.
it reserved and I go pick it up and it's got cool art and it's full of dragons.
So it's a WotC product.
Yeah. It's a proper WotC. Yeah, it's got the cool alternate art cover, and that's
Nice.
really all I care about is getting alt art because I've just got all of them, so I can't break the streak now.
I know they've got you hooked now, right?
Yeah,
Very nice. Um,
Out of the Abyss. That's not it.
no, Out of the Abyss is the old one.
That is old. Treasury of Dragons.
I think it could be it. Hold on. I'll just go grab it. Hold on.
Fizban's Treasury of Dragons. I keep getting left behind here. Everybody's gone. I'm not good at carrying the show by myself.
sorry, I was just gonna go grab. I was gonna because Chad's an RPG guy, so I was gonna show him this once he comes back. Um,
My dad sent me this book.
Hack proof
So,
your life
there's some
now.
interesting ideas in here that I hadn't thought about. And
Like what?
I'm not going to say that. Just I'll tell you later. Just you know what I mean.
Fair enough. You don't want anybody to know.
Well, I'll give the best ideas out of this book after I finish reading it. I'm not done with it yet. By the way, using public Wi-Fi with extreme caution.
Well, isn't that kind of normal?
Yeah, I feel like I've let up my guard on free Wi-Fi a little bit.
How crazy for you. Um, yeah, I wanted to talk
This is
about
an old book though. It is actually from like 2019, I think. Like probably needs a newer version. Did you see that was 18 billion passwords leaked on the internet plus social security numbers? I like
no,
you didn't hear about that?
I did not hear.
18 billion passwords leaked.
That's a lot.
Oh, by the way, there's also a thing now you can go and Google and track yourself on the dark web. Everybody should do that.
The what now?
But you go to Google and you can track yourself on the dark web and you'll get alerted when you get some notification. I mean, I don't know if you want to know about that kind of stuff. It's called yeah, go to myactivity.google.com and
What
set
does it tell
yourself
you?
myactivity.google.com
Yes, but what does it tell you?
dark web monitoring
So why do I want to monitor the dark web?
because you would then know if someone stole your credit card numbers or social security number.
How do I know this website isn't about stealing my stuff?
It's Google.
What is it
Google already
called?
has your stuff anyway. myactivity.google.com.
myactivity.google.com. So I'm just going to give Google even more access to my
They
stuff
already
or
have it.
whatever.
You probably
So
already
what
have
does
it.
this do?
It can monitor dark web activity, passwords, emails. Like just put in your email address, track your email, because then it'll tell you like what website was, what password was hacked, and then you can reverse track it down to where you used it if you do such a thing. All my old passwords are basically totally hacked. I've I changed them now. Like all my passwords are unique. I don't know any of my. In fact, I don't even know them.
You use like
Oh,
one pass.
I do one password. Yeah. Did you hear what I said about myactivity.google.com?
Mm-mm.
You can do dark web monitoring on that.
I don't understand what this
Oh,
is telling
what was
me.
that last week? Was that the one thing like 6 billion passwords or something?
16 billion.
Yeah, something like that.
Something.
What is this
That's like
trying to
more than
tell me? It's like it says on August 31st, 2000, Trace searched for OTP off
one-time password.
uh Discord something something.
Oh, somebody tried to hack your Discord password.
on August 31st, 2023.
Hmm. They just tried to brute force. They tried to use an
That's the
AUPH
only
or
thing for my
authorized.
email.
Boom. Pretty good.
Congrats. I'm surprised that's your only thing, but
But yeah, so this is the book I was
I've got
talking
like hundreds of things. Dragon
Well,
Delves.
I just type it into the search thing.
I don't know. Do you want to share your screen? No, don't
It
share.
says search your activity, and then I type, and then what do
On the
I
dark
type in?
web?
How do I click on the dark web? I'm looking at my
Well,
Google
I don't know.
activity.
But if you go to
the dark web.
do you see the thing that says learn more about the dark web? Click that.
No, I don't see any of that anywhere on here. On myactivity.google.com.
Okay. I don't know. Do
I
you
mean, it says
go
my Google
to
activity, web and app activity, timeline, YouTube history.
right. So slash dark dash web dash report.
There's nothing like that on my
I know
thing.
you got to turn it on. You have to you
Well, how
have
do
to
I
go.
turn it on?
I don't know, man. I could talk you through it.
This is really helpful.
Ah,
Yeah.
I can't see your screen. Don't know what you're doing.
Well, I'm not going to share my screen
So
for
go
this
to
shit.
if you just
that's how I
type in
get you.
myactivity.google.com slash dark dash web dash report slash dashboard. That's what
Say
my
it faster so I can type it even slower.
you don't understand what I'm saying? Dark dash web dash report. Like the
Eh,
you understand the words coming out of my mouth?
Dark dash web dot report.
Dash report.
just paste the
I
link up.
think you have to enable it.
Um, Set up your monitoring profile.
There you go. Just make it monitor your email and it'll tell you all the passwords that got hacked.
But the question is, number one, Lance, do you do your banking online through that computer?
Very rarely, but yes.
Are you hiding missile secrets from the Chinese on that computer?
Missile secrets?
Just a few.
If you're not doing A or B, I wouldn't sweat it too much.
Okay.
Unless you have like some weird risky financial bullshit on there or something. Eh.
So when I look at my dark activity, June 3rd, they got my email and password and the password I don't recognize it, although it doesn't tell me the whole password for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's a fake password because it's basically my name. Which I'm like, what? Why would I type in a password of my name? By the way, Twitter was also hacked in 2025 and in 2023. That's also in there. Anyway, this is exciting stuff.
Yeah, it is exciting stuff. But yeah. Well, anyway. What's new? What's exciting? Oh, I was going to show you well, I guess technically the two of the so I was just going to show Chad because he's probably the only person who really cares about this stuff. So this was the Cthulhu adventure that was at GaryCon.
Okay.
Like
Madness at
Like the
Geneva
shrink
Lake.
wrap buffer?
yeah, Madison, Geneva Lake. They Chaosium had those. And then they had two that were released in the last like 6 months. The bright light. Order of the
Yeah.
Stone,
Wrap off of it.
and then the Order of the Stone, and then No Time to Scream.
Who wrote them?
Uh,
Did it say who wrote them on the front?
No Time to Scream. It's three separate things: B.W. Holland, Bridget Jeffries, and C.L. Werner.
Mm-hmm.
The cover of
And
this is
then-
badass, by the
and
way.
then-
Look at that thing.
Order of the Stone is
Mhm.
Lynn Hardy, Paul Fricker, and Jared Twing.
Okay.
Alyssa Faden and Luke Gygax wrote the Gary Con one.
Oh, cool.
And then this is a
Lisa
ton of
Faden, I really
writers,
like her work.
but this is the one that just came out. The
Twin
Twin
Sons.
Suns Rising, 1980s Japan, the King in Yellow.
Oh, that's
Okay.
awesome. That's
That's
out now.
unique. The 80s Japan.
Yeah,
Do you like leave
1980s
the
Yellow.
shrink wrap
Japan.
on those things?
Um, what now?
You leave the shrink wrap on those things?
Well, I just got them. I haven't had a chance to read them yet. And
Usually,
then
King of Yellow is always like European sort of things.
yeah. So then Northwind Adventures, which is the guy who makes Hyperborea.
Mm-hmm.
He had a booth at Origins, and you never find his stuff for sale unless you want to buy it from his website. But then you got to pay shipping. So I picked up. He had 2 hardcovers,
Oh, sweet.
and then he had all of his other adventures there, and I picked up like 5 that I didn't have already. So I'm excited to read through these.
The only other things that I've picked up, other than that D&D book, was Free RPG Day was Saturday, and
Did you get the Castle White Rock one?
no,
Dang
no.
it. I gotta track down a copy of that somewhere
I
without
always
paying
collect
up.
the level 1. I've got like every one that they do. It's a level 5 game that does Kobolds Eat My Baby, but this is like an anthology of indie RPG stuff. I got this Night Fell. I got Kickstarter was a setting for 5e where like the sun has been out, has been
Yeah.
for 100 years. I did not even know this was hitting, and I didn't even know people were developing stuff for it. So I was like, "What in the heck?" And then I picked up a Dragonbane Adventure because I think that's cool. And then there was a little solo game about forest creatures collecting garbage in the forest. And then what was it? Shift, which is I just got it for the cover because that is some cute art. And then whatever this is, it's getting released at Gen Con. It's sort of a it's weird. It has a very Morkborg layout. And it's this is the historic a role playing tabletop game around the plague. So it was interesting.
What was
It
that
was an
one called?
interesting weekend.
Let me see the cover of that one again.
This one?
Hi, what does that say?
Pinga, what?
1348.
Pinga?
I think it's PIAGA.
Yaga. It says something quick death or something. What is that?
Yeah, quick death instead of quick start.
A quick death.
Piaga 1348, which translates to Plague 1348, tabletop role playing game.
Or is it
Players
Plaga?
take turn. Blah, 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 blah.
Is it Plaga?
Piaga,
Oh, it's
PIAGA.
PIA.
Yeah.
Not L.
You play the role of soldiers of the Order Mortis, an undercover army fighting a secret war to eradicate the revenant plague and its grim consequences. But yeah, it's a pretty okay week for games. Picking up games.
What was I gonna ask? Oh, yeah, I mentioned the Castle White Rock. There was a Castle White Rock from Dungeon Crawl Classics people or whatever. If anybody got that for free RPG Day, happily buy it from you for non-gouging prices that people are posting it for on eBay right now.
Oh, is it going? Do they go for crazy on eBay for that?
Some do.
Hmm.
Some do. But yeah.
They there's always a horde of people that just want free stuff, and they don't care what they get. They just grab big handfuls of stuff, and you see people. It's just like, I just wish people would be more discerning about what they grab. But
Yeah. Yeah, but whatever.
Yeah.
Um, so there's that. Then Forrest, how are you doing?
Very good. Very tired. Spent
What?
spent last night at the lake with my daughter because she wanted a lake trip after I was at Origins, and I ended up unloading 3 truckloads of sand and raking the lake a whole bunch and burning a whole bunch and playing a whole bunch. This is very good last few days. And Race for the Galaxy, the board game, is great.
Which one?
Race for the Galaxy, the board game, New Frontiers. It was one of the free games they're
Oh,
giving away.
oh, New Frontier. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Giving it
Hey,
away.
Jeff.
Hey, what's happening, guys? It's good to be back.
Hey,
Apparently, my daughter used my computer last, so I'm Arden Sayedek right now.
Yeah.
So was Origins fairly populated this year, or was you feel it was up, down?
It
I
said
mean,
it was
it felt the same as last year.
said an 8% population, or it said 8% more.
8%.
Yeah, that's what I saw. I felt like it felt like less people in the exhibitor hall and more people in the open player, the library. The library was just smashed consistently. It was awesome though. They were giving away tons of free games. Like I ended up winning like 7 or 8 free games.
Oh,
Wow.
Well, I was
Which
also checking out a bunch of like shorter games to like play with my family potentially on Sunday, and then yeah, but it felt like once every 2 or 3 times I was checking back in a game, I won a game, and I wasn't the only one. There's a lot of people winning a lot of games.
is the Cabs library still a thing up there?
Yeah, yeah, that was what they were checking out of.
Jeff, how did your? I know you were. I'm sorry I didn't see it Origins. I didn't know where you were or how to find you. But
I'm always trapped at the battle stations huge area. And so we run, battle stations has tiles that are like this big, but we blow them up to their 15-inch tiles, and we play with 6-inch minis that people walk around on. And then I get, instead of the hex map that fits on the table, I got a 10 by 10 thing with magnets that I do for the hex map. So it's pretty dramatic. And we got 12 people in each event, and the events run pretty much all day, every day. And it's just a madhouse. So the bottom line of that is that I'm never free to go roam the halls looking for people. So I all I get to see of Origins and Gen Con are basically the same show to me, because I just am at my battle station set up and running it.
You run it the whole time?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, actually, I've got guys helping me with that. So this time I was able to run Love Conquers All and Lifeboat and Battle Stations Lightspeed, which is the lighter version of Battle Stations.
are you
Which
going to
is
Gen Con too? Then is that my understanding?
what's that?
Are you going to be at Gen Con?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You're going to have to give me an exact location so I can come and find you and say
Good
hello.
I will. I will. It's usually Hall D. It's right in the middle, and I have a big banner. You can't miss it.
One of those giant airplane hangars full of people playing games.
Yes. Yes. And it's terrible. It's terrible for your voice. My voice is still recovering, but um I managed. So it's good.
Amazing. Well, I mean, now we got. So I want to show something to all of you, and I just want to. So do you remember the old game Plague and Pestilence?
Plague and Pestilence, sure.
Yeah, it was like a chess X game. It had dice and cards, and it was just a big take that game. And then it went out of print. And Chessex said that they would never reprint it, or they never, because they had the rights to it for like ever, and they just said they were never going to do it. Somebody walked by and like had this in their hand. And he said, I don't know how I got this. And I took a look at it and I said, wait a minute. I said,
And then
that's Plague and Pestilence, but that's like a reprint for it. And then I did it, and then he was like, oh, do you want it? And I was like, sure. And so I opened it up and I took a look at it, and it's the same company that did the first one. It's of popes and plagues.
Oh, okay.
And it is literally uh it is literally the exact same game. And they must have just changed just enough to like,
Not get
and
sued.
it's still the same family. It's still the same, it's like published by the same name people. It still just comes with 2 dice. It comes with a handful of meeples, a giant, deck of cards,
Yeah.
which is, and a very Carcassonne. Maybe you can see it's very Carcassonne-esque
Or
scoreboard
Yeah.
for it, and the most boring rule book you'll ever read. It's just text on the inside. It's
But
tough
it's
to
short.
tell. Yeah, it's like 5 page or 6 pages. But I was just like, huh, they actually got it
it is
reprinted
not a
somehow.
reprint of our cult classic Plague and Pestilence, rather a recreation with the
Yes.
addition of the Inquisition and reworking of many game mechanics. I never played the original.
It was just take
I
that
remember
a game
seeing
with
it
some
in
dice.
the game store for years.
Yeah.
Plague,
And like,
Plague is going to be the hot game topic of the
The
year.
plague, the plague.
Everybody's
plague.
talking about the plague.
Oh,
Yeah.
all the post COVID games that get made during 2023 and 4, 2, 3, and 4.
Get those
Yes.
plague games out. Plague the Trick Taker coming next fall.
So yeah. So that was interesting. I thought that was cool. I mean, I was just like, huh, they finally reprinted it, but not really reprinted it, but kind of reprinted it. So, but
Yeah.
anyway,
Well, I played it once years ago and said, okay. And
yeah, it's not a great game. It's
yeah.
just roll some dice. It's got a little bit of uh bucket of crabs aspect to it. Just like somebody gets close to winning, everybody gangs up on that one person to drag them back down. Um, I mean, pretty standard stuff, but
The biggest game like that I remember playing was the old Illuminati game, where if somebody was going to win or somebody was close to winning, then that meant the person who gets a turn after them gets to win because everybody spends all the resources stopping the winner, and then
yep,
the next guy just marches in and wins it all.
yep.
But my favorite thing about that game is that uh, groups that have no power can't be destroyed. And I feel like that's every game company I've ever been associated with. We don't get high enough off the ground to create a real crater when we fall.
Ha!
Notable exception is my first game company, which actually did manage to crater, but that's a different story.
That's a story for another time. Well, we got enough people. As long as everybody can pay attention, we can do. I have 2 initials.
I would love to play two initials.
Okay, I got 2 initials decks. We can do one, then we can talk about origins a little bit, and then. So, Aldi, you ready?
Sure.
Chad, have you ever played initials with us?
I've sit through many initials.
Forrest, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. The initials for tonight, or the first initials game for this evening.
Where's Matt?
I don't know. Can't play. We can play without him. It's fine. He can play the second one.
He's working on
C P.
Yeah.
Charlie Potato. C P. Here we go. Clever one. His parents immigrated to the United States from Jamaica.
Jeff,
Go for it.
Cole Porter.
I
good guess.
like the swing. I
Yeah.
like the swing. Clue number 2. His autobiography is titled My American Journey.
Chad.
Chad.
Colin Powell.
Is correct. Colin Powell. Well done, Chad. Off to a good start. First time ever playing. Gets the first answer.
Right.
Will he go on a 14-0 run?
Hope so.
Clue number 1. Was first seen officially in 1958. Clue number 2. Its catchphrase is often used to imply being crazy. Clue number 3. Most commonly found in a brown box.
Chad.
Jeff.
Chad.
Cocoa Puffs.
Cocoa Puffs is correct, Chad. You're crushing.
Boom.
14-0, baby.
Yeah.
He's gonna do it.
Yeah.
Think we might have a people really on their A game here. Clue number 1. In a 1999 film, Freddie Prinze Jr. was this. Do you remember Freddie Prinze Jr.? Whatever happened to Freddie Prinze Jr.?
Doesn't he play a lot of board games?
He
Are you
married.
kidding me, Lance?
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
He's married to
He-
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Are you
Yeah.
kidding me, Lance? He does behind the scenes at WWE for a long time. He's
Oh.
huge into wrestling. He
Oh,
does some
oh.
great podcast stuff.
I thought maybe like what movies he's been in recently, that kind of thing.
Nah, man, he got.
I know
into
he's been
wrestling.
on. He was on like YouTube playing board games for a while.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Here I am getting schooled on my lack of Freddie Prinze Jr. knowledge.
Yeah, what the hell, man?
Clue number 2. Reese Witherspoon was connected to
Baldy.
this. Go ahead.
Class president.
Class
Oh.
president is correct. Sorry, Chad. Your
Oh.
14-0 run
Busted.
dies on the vine.
Yeah.
Grub.
Grub. Forrest, at some point, you and I have to figure out if we think Cena's dropping the title. We got to talk about that promo. Oh my God. I'm assuming you saw the Cena promo.
I've not. I haven't seen the reverse pipe bomb yet. I know. I gotta watch it
Oh,
soon.
what is wrong with you? Oh my God. Anyway,
I was at the lake, man.
clue number 1. Debuted in comics in the 1970s. Straight vodka. Clue number 2. Was a Weird Al parody of Eminem's Lose Yourself.
Of course,
Go for it.
couch potato.
Couch Potato
Good one.
is correct.
Nice. Getting everything at 2.
Yeah.
All those clues.
Yeah.
Cutting room floor.
Glad I was like I
I'm glad I
was
spent a lot of time on this.
I was racing down to my thing at like 8 because I told my wife I was like I don't have this was for this one. I was like I need to do some more initials. All right, here we go. Arthur Wynn is credited with the first modern one of these. Number 2, connected to Sandra Bullock in All About Steve. Clue number 3, these are often themed. Clue number 4, connected to Stanley Hudson from The Office.
Chad.
Go for it.
Crossword puzzle.
Is
Yeah,
correct.
nice.
Dang, I had the word
Is
puzzle and I couldn't.
Correct. Almost always appear in black and white. This is prominent in the New York Times. Clue number 1. Has been seen on a video game cover. Clue number 2. Has connections to Louisiana, California, and Texas.
Chad,
Go for it.
cayenne pepper.
Clue number 3. Was once photographed on a banana boat.
Horse.
Go for it.
Chris Paul.
Chris Paul is correct.
You know that.
The Banana Boat, man. The Banana
Oh.
Boat crew.
It's outside of my.
But fucking, of course, the banana boat.
Of course, the
Jesus
banana boat.
Christ!
LeBron James, Chris Paul. It was Carmelo Anthony and Dwayne Wade.
Okay.
Jeff,
Yeah.
just checking to see if your microphone's working.
Sorry.
He came. He rang in a couple
I
seconds.
rang it
after
early.
that.
I know.
Slap
Allow
down.
me my fun. Clue number 1. Is often seen on a ship. Clue number 2. Staged their own kidnapping in 2014. Clue number 3. Once attempted to stop a runaway freight train. Clue number 4. Robbed a series of banks in 2016. Clue number 5. Was a pilot and the love interest of a superhero.
Aldi.
Go for it.
Chris Pine.
Chris Pine is correct. Hold on.
Man, I like that movie, the bank robbing movie. It was a good movie.
What was the bank robbery movie?
To Hell and Back.
Never saw it.
That is a very, very good movie that not a lot of people.
That's not the one with Jeff. You know the Big Lebowski. Jeff.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, Bridges. Okay. I've seen it. I've heard of it, but I've not watched it.
It's it can be a rough watch in a few spots, but it's really good. And no spoilers. Very good movie. Clue number 1. Debuted in 1995. Is connected to a Neil Diamond song. Loosely connected to Peppers. Clue number 4. Participates in the South. Clue number 5. Is seen wearing black, silver, and blue. Final clue. This was the 29th franchise. Jeff.
Carolina
Horse. Damn it.
Carolina Panthers is correct, Jeff. Well done. Well done. Carolina Peppers. Loosely connected.
Stretch.
Very loose. Very loosely.
Yeah, but I
Stretch.
wanted to kind of help you get the first. Never mind.
Yeah, got it.
Clue number 1. Played for the Oakland Athletics in 2011. Clue number 2. Once worked as a shoe shiner.
Horse.
Go for it.
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt is correct. He played an Oakland Athletic in
Yeah.
Moneyball.
I was trying
That's
to
a
think of
good movie.
Moneyball.
Yeah.
Such a good movie.
Okay.
I was
What was the shoe
trying to
salesman thing?
The Parks and Rec.
yeah, Parks and Rec.
Never saw a single episode.
Yeah.
That's a good show.
It is fun.
Raided the compound of Osama bin Laden in 2012. I mean, there was like I was just
He was in that movie?
yeah.
Wow. Zero Dark 30
Uh,
or whatever it was?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I don't remember that.
Has almost been killed by dozens of dinosaurs.
Play Mario.
Yeah. All right, here we go. And avoided crazy glue. The Craggle. Back in. All right. Clear one. Appeared on the animated Disney Channel series The Replacements. Clear two. Appeared on Amazon Prime's All or Nothing. Clear three. Was a Heisman Trophy winner. Clue number four. Has been traded. Clue number five. Has connections to Ohio, California, and Arizona. Final clue. Played quarterback for the Bengals, Raiders. Go for it.
Carson Palmer.
Carson Palmer. And Kabuki Kid, your little comments, more sprots. You can spell sports just fine. Don't make fun.
That was a deep cut there.
Yeah. I like Carson Palmer. He was a good player.
I didn't know he won the Heisman.
Yeah. Clue one. Wait a minute, see here. We have four left. It is anybody's game. Jeff, you have to run the table to win.
Yeah.
Okay. Clue number one. Was once seen in a shoe. Clue number two. Cher famously had one of these in 1995. Clue number three. Was prominently featured in a 2015 hit by Drake.
What are the initials?
CP.
P.
Clue number four. Famously connected to Gordon Gekko. Clue number five. Zach Morris would use one of
Chad.
these. Go.
Cell phone.
Cell phone is correct.
Nice.
Cell phone.
It was like some kind of animal.
Hmm.
I was going to say child pornography.
Ha.
No.
No. All right, Jeff, that eliminates you and Evan are now out.
Oh, Evan, you suck.
We
I know.
Fucking-
I'm the worst.
Forrest with 4, Chad with 4, Aldi with 2, Jeff with 1, Evan with 0. We have 3 left. Forrest, goes without saying, you need to run the table to win.
No, I need to run the table.
No,
Yep.
you're
only have-
tied. Oh, no, Aldi needs
I
to run
only
the
have
table.
2. No, I have
Forrest,
to run
Forrest
the
and
table.
Chad
Yeah,
are
it goes
tied.
without saying, Lance. Goes without
Goes
saying.
without saying. So I
I
gotta
have-
go.
It
Clue,
got said.
It should have not.
clue number 1. It's the song title for the Insane Clown Posse. Not up on your Insane Clown Posse. Okay. Number 2. This is connected to Canada Day and Independence Day. Clue number 3. Involves lattices. Clue number 4. Sometimes connected to the birthday of George Washington. Clue number 5. Was a top 10 hit in 1990 for a California-based glam metal band.
Chad.
Chad.
Cherry pie.
He's my cherry pie.
Yeah, man. I opened for Warrant and I still didn't get that.
I had a
Ridiculous.
warrant. And
Which band opened for Warrant?
My old heavy metal cover band called Crotch Rocket.
Yeah. See, it's got a lattice top.
Yeah,
You know,
I got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got it.
See how I see? See, that's clever. That's clever what I did
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
All right. Chad with the lead. Forrest, you need to get the last two to win. Chad, if you get any of these last two, you automatically win. Otherwise, you could tie if somebody else gets it.
Just here to king make.
Clue number 1. Often appeared in HBO's Sex and the City. Clue number 2. Was featured in 1984's Ghostbusters. Also appeared in 2005's Madagascar. Clue number 4. Appeared in 2003's Elf.
Chad.
Chad.
Chia Pets.
Eh.
I'm just using all my words now.
Clue number 5. Related to the coffee shop in Friends.
Aldi.
Oh,
Aldi.
Central Park.
Central Park
Dang.
is correct. All right.
That only helps Chad.
So, Forrest.
Kingmaker. Kingmaker.
Forrest,
That's a
Forrest,
tie.
Forrest,
You gotta-
you need
it's
this
gonna have
to
to work
tie
hard to
for the
tie it.
victory. You need this to tie for the victory. Anybody else gets it, Chad wins. And he has a phenomenal first ever appearance
Wow. Wow.
for initials. Wow.
Wow.
There's an Aldi, like like an Aldi, like ALDI grocery store that we go to. One of the I gotta record it, but one of the sliding doors when it opens, it does the Owen Wilson. Wow. It does it every single time it opens. Wow.
Uh-huh.
I love it. I love it. Anyway. Clue number 1 is a song title from sorry. Clue number 1 is a song title from Drake. 2 Drake references.
I know.
Sometimes you gotta,
Clue number 2. Connected to a fugitive and serial killer
Aldi.
Charles. Go for it.
Child play. Child's play.
Chad wins. Aldi crowns him.
Nice.
Hey, that's what I do. Did I at least tie as Forrest?
Yeah, you tied for us for a
All right.
second.
Okay.
Child's play.
Okay.
Child's play. Yes. Yeah.
Scott with his insane Drake knowledge.
Yes.
I thought I knew it from that first thing, but I don't know Drake.
All right. Evan, you were not at Origins, right?
No.
But you're going to Gen Con?
No.
God, you suck.
I know.
How are you gonna
Are you
how
going
are
to
you
beat
gonna
Gen Con?
how are you gonna
I
teach
know,
after the
no.
Empire wrong if you're not there?
Then you're gonna have to find somebody else to teach it for me.
Is that a clearly Canadian you just swaggled?
That's it's the bottle, but it's just been filled with pure vodka.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
No,
You've
no,
replaced
no.
his regular
It is
clearly
actually clearly Canadian. Yes, I found my buddy.
Wow.
Wow, a buddy of mine found it at Sam's, and he brought it over last time we played D&D, and it was just It was sitting in my fridge down here, and I was like, yeah, I'll have a clearly Canadian, because you know. Jeff, how long do your sessions of big battle stations last?
2 hours, and they might go 3 hours, but usually we're done within two. It's
And everybody dies?
no, actually I got the guys running it. So something I've been doing is making the missions the same mission every time because I'm trying to get some turnover and get some new people into the game.
Okay.
But I've got the regulars just love the game so much that they keep coming back and playing them again. So I I'm getting people that, there's a couple of guys. There's one guy that literally goes and he stays there morning till night and starts a character on Thursday and runs it through till Saturday and ranks him up to like rank 8 or 9 and plays every mission.
What a nerd.
Great, I love him. And there's times when things get thin and I think maybe I can't go to Origins or Gen Con this year. Maybe I should hang it all up. And I think of that guy and I say, you know what? I got to be there to run battle stations for that
That
guy.
guy is just like you're his fix.
Yes. Yes.
Well, that's
And
pretty cool
so
though.
it's I mean it's like a board game because you got all your mission objectives right there in front of you. But it's like a role-playing game because you rank up your character and get more special abilities and stuff. So
No,
it
I agree.
scratches that itch really well for some people. But my biggest problem is that people go there and play it, and then they say, "Well, I could never do this," because they see the huge version, and there's 12 people, and it's just overwhelming. So to think you could go back home and run that is crazy. But you're not going to run that at home. You're going to get the regular size version, run it for 4 friends that you like. So that's my next hurdle is trying to figure out how to get the game into the hands of everybody. Because I really do feel like there's no Starship combat game with characters on it that even comes close. I keep thinking I'm going to open up the next version of Star Wars or Star Trek or something and say, "Oh man, they've eaten my lunch," but
Yeah.
it's not happening.
I just it's a completely unique game. I mean, I'm not trying to butter your buns by any means, but I mean, it's just it's do you play with the planet side expansion or do you just do battle station stuff?
So
Dirt
the
side, isn't it called Dirt side?
Dirt side's completely standalone. By the way, there was another Dirt side in the 90s or something that I just missed in my search when I named Battle Stations Dirt side. I bring that to Gen Con and I run a few sessions of that. And this year for the big blowout, I had 25 people in the game, and they had to fly into this planet and then land on the planet and do a diplomacy check with the planet to get a bonus luck, and then get back on their ship and get back out. Meanwhile, there was a number of boarding missiles and warhead missiles chasing their ship, based on the mission difficulty, and so it was epic because the mission difficulty, if you have 4 guys who are ranked 4, then your mission difficulty is 4. Well, if you have 25 guys whose average rank is about 7 or 8, then the mission difficulty on this one was 81. No, 21. And so there was, 21 missiles coming after him. It was exciting. And so anyway, I got to have him land on the planet, do the dirt side thing, because I always want to say, hey, dirt side too. And dirt side goes unmoderated, which is one of the things people were asking about battle stations. But it's really hard to do an unmoderated game when people are controlling a starship, because the game itself is supposed to be controlling the enemy starship and figuring out whether you're going to board or raise your power or fire cannons, that sort of thing. It's really hard to do for an AI for an enemy. So that's just something to grapple with. Whereas on dirt side, it's all on the planet. There's no hex-based movement, so it's a lot simpler to say, oh yeah, all the enemies going to come try to kill you.
Yeah.
Which is
And
good
yeah,
fun.
no, I agree. I mean, you played a lot. I mean, you played a lot of RPGs when you were a kid, though, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I love RPG. And I'm a really crunchy. I was just in a Pathfinder campaign, and And we played that for 2 years. Then we started up a new Pathfinder campaign, and my character got killed 6 weeks in, and I said, okay, maybe it's time to take a break from Pathfinder for now.
Original or Pathfinder 2?
Pathfinder 1.
Okay.
Haven't anybody played Pathfinder 2 and can tell me it's much better than Pathfinder 1?
I mean, it's not. I mean,
Isn't 3 the one you want to play?
Yeah, probably.
there's no Pathfinder 3 though.
3.5.
Yeah.
Well, there was
Not?
D&D
It was
3.5.
D&D 3 or 5.
Yeah, that's
Well,
that's
what is that Pathfinder 2?
No,
So
D&D
Pathfinder was made by
3.5 was,
Paizo.
I know,
Yeah.
but it was based off 3.5, right? Or
Yeah.
right.
yeah.
Pathfinder 1 is like 3.75.
Okay,
Mhm.
that's the one I've played.
Yeah, that's the one they marketed. Like if
Yeah.
you go on eBay, you'll find like old posters, and they actually marketed Pathfinder 1 as 3.75 as part of the marketing campaign.
Yeah.
Got it.
And then that game broke after you got to 6th level. Because everybody, like, if you could just follow a path to make your like
Oh, it broke.
characters just insane power. At least that's what I discovered. I remember like I followed a path at one point where playing Pathfinder, I had a fighter with power attack that, just would critical hit on pretty much every other hit, and he's doing 90 points of damage around. It's just it
Right.
was insanity. It was designed for power gamers involved. But we had fun.
Yeah.
So
We had Seasons in the Sun.
yeah. Yeah, baby.
I think the key to a fun game is when you can stretch it out so that the wheels don't come off until you've had a chance to really play a lot of it. If you can get up to, like, in a role-playing game, if you can get up to 10 or 15th level and it still makes sense. Because I know what you're talking about with that character. The only way to challenge your character that's doing 90 points around is with some monster that does 200 points around. And
and then all of a sudden you're like you have nobody else in the party can stand up to that monster, right?
Right.
So it's just so you're
either you
it's
kill the monster before it gets an attack in, or it kills everybody before they get an attack in.
Yeah.
And the wheels are off.
yeah, and it was fun. And then we just went back to playing our own rule set that we made so many years ago. And I don't know. I go on and on about the rules don't matter as long as everybody agrees to them and everybody's having fun.
Oh yeah, the number one thing is the players. That's what, if you're playing a crappy game with people you like and you're having fun, then it all works.
Did you play Traveler when you were young?
Very little. I played basically one session with my brother, and he wanted to have a car, and he drove the car, and he ran over somebody, and then he failed his control roll and rammed into a tree and died, and that was it. We spent like an hour putting the character together, and then it was. I'd like to say I was young, but I wasn't young enough to not know better than that was just dumb of me to do.
Well, Traveler is famously the game that when you make your character, it can die during character creation.
Mhm.
So, which I
Really?
think is hilarious.
That is fun.
Oh, you rolled that, huh?
Oof.
You got killed.
Time to
What?
restart.
Here's some started alone.
Yeah.
No, I mean there's certain games that were just made to be like one shots and stuff. I mean I don't really feel like Call of Cthulhu was designed to make characters that survive from session to session.
Right. If you're surviving in that game, you're doing it wrong.
Paranoia was another one.
Yeah, that
I
one.
mean, like it's an RPG, so people think you're supposed to level up. It's like no, in Paranoia you're just supposed to shoot each other.
Yeah.
Under the most basic of excuses. And then but I mean that's why D&D, like everybody's always like, oh well, how does D&D survive after all these other games? It's like because D&D continues to just be like the quintessential level up your guy game. I mean it's just it never changes, right? I mean it's just
Well,
like
AD&D was the best in the world when it came out because it was the only one. And then that was the thing that changed my life more than any book I've ever read was the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Player's Handbook. I saw that and it was just like a holy calling or something.
oh yeah, it's great.
And then when third edition came out with the feats and all that, it looked like they had taken modern sensibilities and applied it to, and kept the core of loving role playing and really made it work. And so I was really impressed with third edition. And then Pathfinder is just sort of an echo of that.
Yeah. All right. Well, is there anybody? So me and Forrest, did you play any games when you were at Origins?
Yeah, I paid like 20-ish.
You played 20 games, 20
Yeah.
different games.
Couple.
How do you think I won so many games out of the library? That's all I did pretty much. I did one day where I streamed, but other than that, I literally just played games.
What did you play?
Was it play to win?
No, it was just you check out stuff when you checked it back in, you got it. You had a chance to win stuff. I mean, I don't know, my
Wow,
notepad
really?
would- Fishing for Freeman Freeze is spectacular. Rio Grande needs to get off their ass and really pump that out. It's like trick taking. It's fantastic. And you catch fish and then
What's the name of it again?
fishing from Friedman Freeze.
I've heard good things about that one.
Yeah, it's really stinking cool. 3 chapters is another trick taking one from Amigo, which I thought was really good, and it is. It's very good. But then I played fishing, and it like was like, hey, there's levels to this. Like this is very good, and this is great.
Hmm.
I played some older stuff too. Kunta Hora from
Check.
CGE, which man, that is such a that game was amazing, but the box is just a disservice to it. I played the new one from Smirk and Dagger, where you have to like build up buildings to get like the coastline in front of you, which is this really unique auction system where essentially you just play down a card and you're bidding for 3 things at a time. I like that one a good deal. I tried out my first Alchemists, and then I realized that it was essentially you're going to unlock it over the course of 7 games, the boxes, but that was pretty cool. It looks like it'll get you pretty close to just Alchemists once you've unlocked everything, which I think was the goal. There was, man, it was just a lot. But we played, fuck. I don't have my notepad with me. I wrote it all down. But yeah, it was ended up being 20. I just tried out New Frontiers, the Race for the Galaxy board game that I won there. And that's fantastic. I'd say it's great. I'm excited to play the expansion. We played I don't know, man. I gotta go through and do all the videos. Because I played a bunch with my kids on the final day too, and I played nothing but games pretty much all weekend with my buddy. Like we each just had a game out from the games library, just took turns like learning and playing them.
Hmm.
That sounds like fun.
That's
It
like
was.
Rio Grande. That's what 2 titles now people are waiting for from them. What is it? They're waiting for the reprint of Fishing and then that Moon Colony Bloodbath reprint.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
that game looks cool.
I played that one again too. I played that one 5 or 6 times with my family because my 9-year-old loves that game. But yeah, that's a really sweet system. I played Greed for the first time tonight,
Uh-huh.
which was his older system, Donald X
Yep.
Vaccarino, and we played it 2 players, and we both didn't like it particularly. But I think with more players, it's going to shine. I see why. I don't think we were playing it. We'd play it differently now that we know what's going on. Um, I don't know. I just started to write them all down, and they just kind of blended one into the other. I got to do like 10 YouTube shorts that I'm like 2.5 minutes into, where I was like, "Yeah, let's see what my family thought," and then we proceeded to not play any of the games that I did over the weekend, learned about. But yeah, I really enjoyed Origins. I'm excited for Gen Con because I'm essentially going to do the same thing, but in the press room with my buddy Adam, and we're gonna yeah pump out a bunch of content on new stuff.
Optimistic.
And Evan's not going to go.
The who is a her.
Loser. You know what you didn't play at Origins, Forrest?
Yeah, take it to ride.
No, I was gonna say set up and tear down at my booth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude, I had a rough first day.
Yeah. Yeah. Um,
Hey, I offered that to be nice, but yeah, that was
so I
totally.
took you up on the offer that
No,
I
no,
was
I
going
was
to do?
going to. Like, I was expecting you to be there a little bit earlier, so I was like, all right, I'll go do this thing of that fucking asshole, and then just spewing fucking tzatziki sauce everywhere. Like, it just caught up fast.
Stuff happens. Um, well, I do have grievances from Columbus, but we're in such a good mood. It feels bad to
To grieve.
yeah, to grieve. I mean, uh, one guy, yeah, well, I'll share, but I won't be like my angry self. I won't portray it in the light that it has to be made. But it was like Saturday at the booth, and I don't mind boothing. I don't mind talking to people. I would like to say that there was a great number of people that watched the Alaboom that stopped by. I think there was it was like 6 different people stopped by and said, "Hey, I'm one of the tens," and I thanked them. So thank you for coming by and saying hi and things. I think that was really nice of you people. Um, but like it was Saturday, we had sold out of After the Empire.
Yeah.
We had sold out of Last Light. Um, uh, and I was sitting there, so we set up a copy of Clans of Midgard to show off. It's our draft and write and fight game. This guy comes up, and there's people that come to the booth all the time trying to sell you and stuff. Mostly they're manufacturers. They show up and they're like, "Oh, hi, who do you manufacture with?" And we tell them we basically rock solid with the 2 manufacturers that we have.
Yeah.
I mean, it would just basically you'd have to do something amazing for us. Never mind the fact also that one of the manufacturers, the owner of it, like he and Shane are like best buddies. So it's just like you'd have to like really do something to change stuff. But anyway, um, so this guy shows up at the booth. He's like, "Hey, could you show me a little bit more about this Clans of Midgard? This looks really cool." And I was like, "All right." So I started showing it. It's a draft and write and fight game. I start going through the spiel. It's like, start talking about, it's like, and after every sentence or two that I would say something, he would say something really positive in return. He was like, "Wow, that sounds really interesting." And then he would follow it up with like a question. I mean, does it come with this like neoprene mat? I was like, "Yeah, this is the Kickstarter version. It has exclusives." They go, "Oh wow, this is the exclusive version?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "That's really cool. And you have those here, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah, these are the deluxe versions." He's like, "Okay." And then I was like, "And so you score points by slaying monsters. You also score points by collecting Viking runes." He's like, "It looks like almost everything like kind of gets you points." And I said, "Yeah, I'm trying to explain how as the game progresses, like your avenues to gather points get less because you use the same cards over and over again. So you have to be really tactical in your choices." He's like, "Wow, that looks really good. Yeah, how many players does it handle?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's 4." And he's like, "Oh man, I mean, does it play well with two to four?" And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, it's actually, there's the board's dual sided, so it makes the areas smaller that you fight on with less players." He's like, "Oh, that's really cool too." And these guys just being totally over the top positive about the game.
And then he presents his business card to you with 2 hands.
Yeah. And so I was like, so yeah, I was like, "We got these here. They're the deluxe versions. I've only got about 3 or 4 left, but it's $25. It's a pretty good deal, and I was like, so if you wanted to have one of those, and he was like, "Oh, okay." So he's like, "Lance, have you ever heard of," and for the life of me, I wish I still had his card, but I ripped it up in anger after the guy left. But he said, "Have you ever heard of blah 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 blah?" And I don't remember, and I was like, "No, I never have." And he proceeds to talk to me about, so what I do is I facilitate things,
Ooh.
or I have a large number of people that I trust
Ooh.
that I will send board games to them. And what they do is they play those board games
Mm.
with groups of 3 to 4 people, like this game supports, and they do that multiple times. And
Oh,
if those people enjoy the games, they send those people to their local game store or directly to your website to buy your game. Right. So what do you think that, it's like, is that something where like you as a small publisher would be interested in, like, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get small publishers like Gray Fox Games, like awareness, because a lot of
we're
people
just
don't
trying to
know
help you
about
out.
you. And I just kind of looked at him and it's like, so if I get like 10 to 12 copies of Clans of Midgard,
Oh, yes.
and I'm just looking at him and I'm like, I said, small publisher? And he's like, yeah. And I was just like, I pointed to Champions of Midgard. We have sold nearly 100,000 copies of that. I pointed to Deception. We've sold over 100,000 copies of that. We published 26 titles. We've been around for over 10 years. And he's like, oh. And like without missing a beat, he says, do you play a lot of games then? I was like, I guess. And he's like, I could put your name on my list and I could get you on the list to get 10 to 12. Like, I can get you tons of free games that other publishers give
Nice.
me. And I was like, the fuck are you talking about? I was like, I don't want free games. I don't want free games that you scam out of people. I was just like, what the? And I was like, I mean, here I am. I'm like, okay, this guy's going to buy a copy of Clans. He seems like it's really excited about it. And then now it's just some weird pyramid scheme thing he's got going on about like
Amazing.
sending these games to people and like I don't know, presumably selling them on eBay or something. I was just like, I just he could have just come up to me and said, "This is what I want to do. I want to offer you this service. Are you interested?" And I could say
Yes.
no, hit the bricks. But no, he had to waste. And in the meantime, I'm at the booth by myself, and I'm sitting there, and there's other people coming up to ask me questions about games that they would have given me money for,
Yep.
and I'm
Right.
wasting it on this chode. And I'm just like, I was like, uh,
Chode. Haven't heard that one in a while.
I was just, I was livid. I was just livid, and then the guy like walked away, and I just ripped his card up into like 1,000 pieces. Just
I thought you
shook.
were going to say he was a manufacturer, and he was
Well,
going to say this.
you can usually tell the manufacturers right away because they have that sample pack in their hands.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
whenever they want to hand you that sample pack. I was just like, just come up to me and ask, "Are you
Yeah.
interested in this?" No, hit the bricks. See you later. Oh, I do translations into Italian. Why would I need that? Just like
But
I've worked with these companies. Yeah, companies that make Italian versions of their games. We don't. See you later. Just I get it. You got to make some money. But that was that was by and large the most annoying person that came to my booth. I was just made me so angry. Um, there's other ones that I won't talk about because I don't want to name people. But we did go. So last year we went to this pizza place, and it was good pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so we were trying to decide where we were going to eat Saturday night. And I won't dive into this one too deep because again, I don't want to talk about other people. But I remember I was like, yeah, that place had good pizza. Let's go. So Jerry helps out at the booth. He's a guy that I know, and he lives in Columbus. So we piled into his car and we drove to this place. And I was already kind of at my that was that day I dealt with that guy, and I was kind of at my max dealing with people level. And so we got to this place and we got in, and I was like, I knew exactly what kind of pizza I wanted. One of the weird things about this place is that they don't let you do half and half pizzas on their specialty pizzas, which I was fine with. I was just going to get a small pizza of this kind that I wanted. That's all I wanted. I just wanted that. Then we got there, and what was supposed to be a small number of people had ballooned to a larger number. And then there was this communal discussion of like, well, let's just get a bunch of half and half pizzas. And I was like, well, that's not what I want because then I can't get the pizza that I want. but that's fine. I'll come up with a mishmash of sort of the ingredients that I want for this pizza. And then there was another person there who wanted a cheese and mushroom pizza. So I was partnered up with this person, and it was half and half. Now, not that it's this guy's fault what his name is, but our waiter's name was Romeo, which just adds another level to this whole situation.
You
You can't
smell like
make
clove cigarettes.
you can't make fun of somebody for their name, but I mean it just adds another level to my. So they came, and of course somebody said, "Oh, they'll give it to us half and half," and I was like, "It says right there in the menu, it won't give it to us half and half." So they said, it's like, "Oh, we want to do it half this and half this," and they're like, "We don't do that because we don't do half and half for our signature pizzas." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And then so I put it together, and I was just like, and one of my ingredients on my half of the pizza was beef because they have a really good seasoned beef there. That was one of the things that's about the pizza that I really liked, that I wanted. And so I had 3 toppings, whatever, and the other half was this cheese and mushroom pizza. So we're sitting there, people are talking. I'm kind of spacing out, watching a baseball game on the TV. People are asking me if I'm okay. I'm like, yeah, I'm just worn out. I'm just kind of relaxing, watching the TV over here. Um, this we wait. We had like an appetizer of like pretzel bites or something. And eventually Romeo shows up with 2 of the large pizzas, half and half pizzas, and somebody else had other pizzas. And then this is exactly what he says. Well, I got some good news and I got some bad news. And I'm just like, okay, what, and then he's like, and so he starts putting these pizzas down. And then he says, so when they made your pizza, my large half my thing, half this cheese and mushroom thing, they put meatballs instead of beef on your side. And so the somebody says, it's like, well, that's okay. And I was like, whoa. I
Is
was
that
like,
your
wait a minute.
pizza? Yeah.
That's my side. I said, I don't want that. I wanted the beef because of the thing. And the guy says, I understand completely. It's the kitchen's fault. We'll go ahead and we'll get this taken care of. Now, mind you, it took like 20-25 minutes for us to get our pizzas. It was kind of busy. And he says, I'll have them make a new one right away. And he takes the pizza that he just put down on the table and leaves with it. And I was like, well, why wouldn't you like leave the half that was completely fine? So I'm like, what? And I was like, hey, hey, hey. The guy just doesn't hear me, just wanders off. And now I'm looking over at the person that was like that was their half, and they're kind of like going, well, what the fuck? And I was like, well, I feel like an asshole because I just basically made it so they can't
Took
eat
the
their
food out of
food.
his mouth.
Yeah, her. But I mean, but I was just like, but I was sitting there, I was like, well, now I feel like a jackass. And I was just like, and so then like about a minute later, Romeo comes by and I was like, hey, can I ask you a question? And he's like, yeah, what's up? And I said, you guys made a mistake with the pizza. You made it the wrong way. He's like, yep, it was totally the kitchen's fault. I was like, why should I? And I was like, fine, I agree that you guys screwed up. I was like, why wouldn't you give like that half of the pizza to the person that can eat it? And like they can eat their half right now. It's like, well, it's our policy whenever there's a bad food order, we just give it to the kitchen to eat. And I was like, so, and now my boss Shane's just giggling. He's just watching me. I was like, so your kitchen makes the mistake, and they get to eat before the customer gets to eat after their mistake? I'm so sorry. I was like, that's not an answer. This is like, I was like, follow what I'm trying to explain to you. You screw up, you get to eat my food, I get to wait 20 more minutes. And then he's like, well, it won't take 20 minutes for this one. Why would it take 20 minutes at all if you can make it faster? And he's just like, I'm so sorry. He says again and walks off. And I was like, fuck, you're sorry. I was like, I demand satisfaction. I was just like,
What's the name of this place?
oh, God, what was it called again? It's like hot dogs pizza or,
That wasn't it.
I think you should have just stood by your guns and just ordered your small pizza.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could have said, leave his half of the pizza here and give me that small specialty that I wanted, and we'll call it a deal.
Yeah. Hound Dogs Pizza is what it's
Hound
called.
dog.
Hound Dogs
There you
Pizza.
go. Ain't none but a.
You
And
being
it's other
nice and
places?
doing halvesies did not serve you justice there.
I was like, why would you make me wait longer?
This pizza looks pretty good, by the way.
Oh, they're amazing. I mean,
Mhm.
when they finally made the pizza that I wanted and I actually got what I wanted, it was delicious. But yeah, you can even read if you go to Hound Dogs Pizza and you look at specialty pizzas, no half specialty pizzas. No, they're fantastic. And then the sauces are freaking amazing. I mean, like if you get that spicy medium sauce, oh, it's so good.
Sorry, sir. It's going to take another half hour. Yeah, they're taking a break eating.
They're taking a lunch break.
Yeah, and then you
Some
get
idiot ordered the wrong pizza.
and then you get the Smokin' Joe's crust because the garlic butter crispy crust, so good.
Sounds good.
No, it was fantastic. But I was just like, what is going? I'm in Looney Tunes world. I was just like, why would you take all the food back? I was like, what world do you would say? I completely understand. I'm gonna leave this pizza here, so you can eat what you want, and we'll have and I'll bring out a small with that on there. I mean, I was just like. And then I was when I was leaving, and like Shane's like, "You're gonna find a manager, aren't you?" I was like, "God damn right I am." And then there's just no manager to be found. I was like, "Can I speak to a manager?" It's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, they're busy right now. Can I help you?" I was like, "I don't think you can." I was just like, I have to make a complaint." And then they were like, "Oh, yeah, I don't know." They're like,
We don't do that.
They left the country.
We
No
take those.
complaints.
Yeah.
There's
I
a
was-
garbage can right behind you. Here's a pen and paper.
Yeah. I was, and what sucks the most is the pizza's so good. I would love to say, "You're dead to me, Hound Dogs Pizza," but I'm like,
You'll
Yeah.
go.
I'm going back.
gonna go back and I'll just order
Order your-
I'll order my specialty pizza that I wanted, and I will.
What's the specialty pizza you want?
Oh, what is it called? Now you're gonna make me pull up the menu again.
Broccoli beef.
I'm gonna guess what it is first. Actually,
Are you looking at the menu?
yeah. Let me.
Well, you're just gonna look for the ones that have beef on it, and then you're gonna stay out.
Oh,
So,
gotta
I
know
mean,
the beef.
yeah.
What-
So it's not really fair.
I'm
You
gonna
know,
say
you
dirty
Okay,
Frank's hot dog palate.
It's not the bacon cheeseburger, is it?
Oh, that's
no,
Sounds good.
Meat lover?
I can get a meat lover anywhere.
I know.
So you're just gonna go through, look for the ones.
Senor dog.
The
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Senor Dog.
That sounds
It's
good.
Senor dog.
Yeah, that is.
Salsa, cheddar cheese, seasoned ground beef, black olives, and jalapenos, topped with lettuce,
Salsa.
tomato, and more cheddar cheese. What?
Pimento cheese whiz.
Served with a side of sour cream. So it's basically like a taco pizza.
It's great.
Yeah, but it's
Sounds
amazing.
good.
Does it still have marinara, or does the salsa take the place of the
The
marinara?
salsa takes the place of the marinara.
Weird.
Hey, Scott,
Yes.
I have a very important suggestion.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I have a suggestion to you as well, but I'm gonna let him go
Okay.
first.
So, the Golden Geek Awards.
Yeah.
Have
Get
a
rid of
little have a little ceremony where they are given out like at BGG. And when people go up and everybody claps, they're called the Aldies. Like everybody who knows calls them the Aldies.
Yeah. I don't know if the people who win them usually show up to BGG.
Well,
I guess I could invite them.
That's
then
a
that would-
spoiler alert, isn't it? Hey, why don't you show up to BGG?
The BGG con doesn't really have a way to do a show.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be a little. It would be like a tiny little room. You know what I mean? I like the idea.
Yeah. Like,
And
you know, little small time
that
Oscars
would
kind of
nobody
thing.
notice. I mean, it could be millions. of views.
Well, I mean, we did a video. Did you see the video?
I don't think so.
There,
Hey, there you
there was
go.
it's the first year ever we've done a video.
Can I register a complaint, please?
Thought you were in a good mood.
I am. I
He's
want
like
to register. I want to
complaint after
I want to
complaint
register
after
a complaint.
Endless.
Our
complaint.
manager's busy right now.
Yeah, our manager is busy.
We don't
And
take those.
Take your complaint.
Everybody's funny.
Did you even pay for the pizza?
Now you funny too.
Well, my company did. So, I mean, does that matter?
Can you pay for it?
Well, like I said, my company did. It's a part of when I work for my company and I go out of town, they pay for my food. So, I mean, what do you want me to
Oh.
say?
Those schmucks.
They didn't comp your pizza. They didn't say, "Oh, we screwed that up here. You can have it for free."
Yeah,
They just made you
Yeah.
wait 20 minutes.
yeah.
It's not
That was
really.
and that was great too. Everybody else was done eating, and I was sitting there trying to eat fast. And I was a dick to somebody else because I didn't want. But I was like, I felt like I was the dick, but I'm not the dick. They
You
screwed
should
up
have
the
just had the
pizza.
meatball, man. You should have ate the meatball.
No, I don't. I don't want to eat what they give me. I want to eat what I ordered. What
got
world?
good
In what
news and
world
I
does
got bad news.
in what world does meatballs go with a salsa sauce? Just like the thing I want.
I thought you couldn't order half a Senor dog.
No, but I asked them, can I get the salsa sauce on it, and they said yes.
Oh, the
And
sauce.
so I kind of just
That
made my
customer.
own
But
taco
they-
side.
But they put meatballs on it. Did it have the salsa?
Yes.
So it's salsa and meatballs.
Yes, but
Was
they
it
but
cheese,
it
lettuce,
was
and
also
tomato and all
so
that?
like I couldn't get the lettuce. They said they'd bring me the sour cream. You know, it was like, and I did get the bowl of sour cream, which they left on the table, so it
Oh.
got nice and warm sitting there. That was great. You know, so thanks, Raldy. Now I'm all wound up again. Anyway,
If that's the worst thing that happened at Origins, man, I think you're lucky.
You're
not-
I want to show
not the
something.
worst
I
thing.
just want to. It's like want to submit BGG
Oh,
convention previews.
That's from 2023, by the way. Okay.
Well, whatever. This is if you ask for how to do it. This is the link that it gives you.
Okay.
So these are the things. List the new games you will let the show.
Yeah,
New meaning released within the previous 4 months.
fair.
Just wanted to point that out.
Yes.
So now hold
you're
on.
gonna show me where I break my own rules.
So, well, I don't think you have control over this. I'm just going.
You're right. I don't. But
I'm not blaming you. But now we're gonna go to this.
you know, there's exception to every rule, right?
We're gonna go to the filters. We're gonna say for sale. We're gonna say standalone. We're gonna apply those filters. We're gonna scroll down here. We're gonna scroll down a little bit. We're gonna get down to.
Didn't Raw come out last year?
I thought I was gonna be
Is that-
mad. I was gonna be
is that
mad
a-
about Raw,
Is this a
but
2025?
Raw.
Is this?
It's
That
a
was
refresh
24.
Ron,
Fair
right?
edition
No, that's not even the same thing.
with upgraded.
Oh yeah, it's a
also
different
includes
game.
trader, so it's new.
Different game.
So I'm not. No,
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
not saying. I'm not saying anything about that. I'm not saying
Like
anything.
a different
about
game that falls out of the.
I'm
I'm
saying
just-
nothing.
that.
How many games are on the list already? 400.
I don't know.
Oof.
Oh, I gotta hit the show all button. I was all excited.
Glad
I
to see
can't
Whale
get to it.
Riders back. By the way, holy cow, that game was hard to get.
Wanted Wombats.
There you go.
Um,
Dead or alive.
and we will be doing our show off or whatever we talk about. That cover looks cool. That
Yeah,
milk
but are you
cover.
getting Keith though?
I don't know. We gotta convince him. Where? God dang it!
Probably not.
It better not be gone. Oh yeah, Barrage.
That says 2025, man.
Well, okay, I'll just put down 2025 since it came out in 2019.
I know, but what's the 2025 version?
Probably not
Uh,
shitty player boards, maybe.
There's got to be something to that version.
Barrage is not a new game.
I know it's not new, but
I
this
believe it's
this says
Barrage.
release date is August 2025.
Well, I guess I'll just put down 2025 on all my release dates, and then you'll have
Ooh.
to accept it.
Okay.
Code names.
Yeah, that's a new cover.
Oh, well, a new cover, you say? Well, then, just
I mean, that cover is sharp, by the way. Look at that cover.
that's
Yeah.
not a new game.
I know, but the cover's new.
It's like
The
James
cover,
Bond.
so that's all it has to have. You just have to
A
have
new
a.
version. All it has to be is
No.
a new version with a new date. Our rules are pretty lax.
Yeah. Mm.
Just make a new
Speaking of
version.
new versions, I was out at the game store this weekend, and have you seen that new version of Phantom Ink?
Uh-uh.
I
There's
love,
like a new
by the way.
version of
That's a game
Phantom
that
Ink.
got
It's like a add-on.
underappreciated. What?
Let me
What-
see
what-
here. Just see if there's what's.
Which games do you want on the preview?
Yeah,
Your game plan.
I want you to follow the rules that you put in place. That's what I want.
Are you having them for the first time at this show?
Well, I
Is
guarantee
it a
you,
reprint of a new
Barrage
version?
has frickin'
I
been
know,
in
but it's a
lots
new
of
version,
shows.
so there's probably something to it.
I'm looking to see if there's anything new to it right now.
Only 25
Lance
games
is
for-
the release date, Grognard. The rules clearly state.
He's just
Lance
wants
is ordering
his-
a bunch of new
he wants to
stickers
put his
throw on
old
the
games
game.
up for new, seeing like a new release.
Hey man, I'm happy to have After the Empire back up anywhere. Let's do it. 2025.
Jeff, do you have a new version of Battle Stations by chance?
Not
No,
yet.
don't you even start.
But I
A new
actually
version? You sure it's not a new
might-
version? You bump the version number.
Well, we
can just
pretend it is. For you, Jeff, anything.
it's the deluxe 25th anniversary edition.
See,
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if it'll be there in time for Gen Con.
Oh,
you can
bummer.
tell it's a new cover because I put a little squiggle on the cover with a Sharpie.
Yes. So here's what you need to do, Aldi, is you need to
I'll
change
murder
the
you.
it need to be a subscription model where everybody pays $5 a month to be a member, and then you'll
$5 a
have
month, you
enough
said?
money to hire the research team necessary to find out whether these dates are
Uh.
accurate or not. And
$5 a month.
you could fly them in to
4 million users, by the way. Yeah, I don't know. That'd be good money.
Yeah.
I would hire a research team then, for sure. I don't. I have to see how many people are actually actively using the site these days. I think it was like 1 million.
Yeah,
English Edition Barrage 2019. Oh my, what a pile.
Wait,
What a
what?
pile.
You
It's
said
because
20
I believe it's
what
Teal.
Crowd Games put it out instead of Cranio Creations, and so they can put it
Has it
on
got
there.
new art?
Oh, it's like a new.
No, it's the
publisher.
exact same game. It's just
Deal.
my Crowd Games is putting it out.
I mean, you know, it's a loose.
And I really like their Crowd
It's a
Games
loose rule.
things. You won't even pay $3,000 to come to Gen Con and hang out with me.
You're right. I'm not gonna. I don't want to pay no $500 a night hotel just to play
It's
games.
not $500 a night.
It's
The,
like
the hotel
400,
room,
isn't it?
the hotel room that I could give you is like, I think if you go on
350?
Wednesday, if you go Wednesday, done Sunday, it's like it'll be like $1,100 and something.
That sounds suspiciously low.
200.
Yeah, I
bucks a
run
night,
enough
something like
events that I get a free hotel room, but then I don't get to do
Whoa.
anything but run my damn events. So
Right.
You get free hotel room for events?
Yep. Not
Get
if
enough of them.
How
That's
come we
the
don't?
weird part. So I have a guy who runs a game club, and he runs events through his game club, and I run my events through his game club.
How come
and
the
I
hot
get-
games room doesn't get that?
Because we don't push back enough. But I mean,
Wait, what? I didn't even know
that's
that
a
was a
different.
thing.
That's a story for. That's a discussion for a later
It's
time.
a story for a
Oh
different
my
time.
god, we sell like thousands of tickets, 3,000
We
tickets.
do. I mean,
What?
if you want to have that discussion, why do they want to charge us for PA systems?
Oh, I don't know. That's a hotel thing.
I mean, but the hotel is mandated by Gen Con. I mean, like I said, it's a different discussion.
Yeah.
It's not for now.
Not for today.
Chad, will you be at Gen Con?
I will not.
You're on your own, Lance. Oh, you got Anthony. Anthony's coming.
There you go.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
I'll be there, but I'll be
You're throwing your hand up in the air like you're gonna have a great time. Play some Cthulhu, Love Letter. It'll be great. I played Cthulhu Love Letter at PGGCon like 5 times, by the way.
I heard it's
It's
really
so good. I love that game. I love it. I didn't win one time. Oh no, I did win one time. I won one time.
I tried looking for it this weekend, like in locally, because I
It's
like
a
to
new
shop
release.
locally before I'd look online, and nowhere around here.
Oh, nobody had it?
It's sold out. Yeah,
Sold out. Wow.
I look for that one and the Dueling Wizards game,
What's the Dueling Wizard
the
game?
one you were showing me last week. The Pen and
That-
Swordsman you and
that-
Evan are playing with.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh yeah,
The
but that was
numbers.
an older Wizards Cup.
Yeah,
yeah.
there you go.
That was from 2024.
Yeah.
Well, I
You
not
still think
we're not
maybe
sure
it'd
we
be
like.
in a game
I
store.
think we don't really like that game. I mean, we had fun with it for a
It's
few
fine.
times.
Yeah.
I like
but it's
Seiji
not-
Kanai games though.
What's that?
I do
Yeah,
like.
no, it's a
Seiji
good
Kanai.
Seiji. It's basically a love
Yeah.
letter-esque feeling, but it's only 2-player.
To
Yeah,
me, it was like if you
that's-
did if you blended challengers with like love letter.
Yeah, it's a challenger slash. Yeah, I guess love letter maybe.
Yeah,
You can be. Yeah, it's like I don't know. It's different. That's good. It's probably worth whatever $15 it is or $20.
We had a guest stay with us over the weekend. He flew in from Holland. He works at NASA, and he taught us. I got to play. He taught us Arc Nova for the first time. I never got to play that.
You never got to play Arc Nova?
Mm-mm.
Oh my gosh.
I will say,
You're
Doris and
not
I.
missing much.
All right, we do not like Terraforming Mars, but we really liked Arc Nova.
Arc Nova is pretty darn good.
Eh.
What? He's grumpy. Yeah.
Well, I've seen all these things. Oh, even though we released this game 7 years ago, we came out with a multilingual edition,
There
so
you
it's
go.
new. Bunch of
No,
garbage.
there was a new expansion.
Bunch of garbage.
It's a new expansion.
It's just
Marine
garbage.
World, whatever it is.
You know as well as I do. Oh!
You're going to give yourself an aneurysm.
There's Catan on there. He's going,
No!
Code
No!
dance.
Rumble Bots English
What?
Edition 2024.
what is
What's
that?
wrong with that? But that's the first time it's probably here.
It has to be released in the last 4 months. That is your rules. Released.
Right. But okay. Yeah,
If
fair enough.
Rumble Bots can be on there, anything can be
I
on
love that
there.
you just found that one game there.
Rumble
Hey.
bots
Out of how
destroying the marketplace.
I'd be-
Rumble bots.
Yeah, maybe. And all against all challenge inspired by auto battler video games. I like. Oh, that might be cool.
There are
That sounds like a
14
multiplayer Wizards.
Don't change the subject.
There are
Release date
14
says July of
people
2025.
You're ruining their day by wanting Rumble bots off this list. 14 people.
It's an easygoing list, Lance. It's not that. Yeah, if you say your game is new, we take your word for it.
Put a sticker on it. It's a new edition with a sticker.
Yeah, that Rumblebots might have had a planned release date of 2024, and it's
Right, it
late
didn't come out till
It was
this year. Yeah,
because it said
You know,
You give the benefit of the
Jeff,
doubt. I like
Jeff,
the
just so
thinking,
you
Jeff.
know, your invitation to Wednesday evenings can be just as easily taken away
oh
as
man.
it can be given out.
Right. You and your logic.
Yeah.
Because I say that because there have been maybe 1 or 2 games in my past where I've been late by a year or 2 or 3.
Lance, when is your game coming out?
Yeah,
It's gonna be
so-
out
the
by
the
Essen?
Ch-
What's that?
Champions? No, Champions 10th will be March of next year.
Well, you could be on next year's lists of John
no,
Con.
because March
Oh
isn't.
well, thank you.
You'll
'cause
be on Origins,
We
and then
abide by, we
You'll
abide
be
by
on
the
Origins,
rules.
and then you're gonna probably want to be on Gen Con too, and we'll allow it.
I want to say this that Inferno game from Grand Gamers Guild looks really cool.
I've played it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's good. I
That's-
just
that's
don't like
a you
defensive
don't
worker
like it.
placement games.
Yeah.
It's my personal taste of defensive worker placement games.
Defensive, you mean like you need to block what other people are doing?
You can't set somebody up for a checkers move that basically gets them down to the depth of hell, and they
Gotcha.
win the game. I mean,
Gotcha.
it's super easy to do because it's like you have to look at every play, and that's where I'm like, I don't really want to look at every play
Yeah.
to not set somebody
Aw.
up to checkers jump.
Can we have my Fisher
That's just my opinion.
my first worker placement game?
My opinion. It's a great game, though. I really do like the game.
Sounds like you're trashing.
Very
on it.
good.
You're damning it with faint praise.
I'm not damning it. Harry Glasscock is here.
Damning it with faint praise.
Look at that.
I had to jump on for a minute because I have to defend Lance. You don't
He's
just
under
believe
attack.
when someone says it, because last year when I put in the Divinity game for Larian, Eric questioned if it was a new release or not, and I had to explain that the first convention it was available at was Origins, which was only like a month before the thing. So
Yeah.
you don't just take their word
You
for it
can,
that it's
you can
new.
play. Well, it's not like we're like lording over this list so strictly.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. Maybe some people money
I
going under the
think
table.
I think that Larian game had been previewed like multiple times, right? Though up to that point.
Well, because the release date that's on the site is from when it was supposed to be released, but then they
Oh,
got
okay.
delayed.
Yeah, and I bet you got allowed, right?
Yeah, because I had to explain it,
yeah.
but it wasn't just taking my word for it. I had to explain it to him.
Well,
I think that's the definition of taking your word for it.
Yeah.
Are you just walking around in circles
No,
in the
the
area?
word is I just put it in and say it's new.
I think we can all agree.
And he's gone.
I think we can all agree.
I'm here. Turn my camera
Okay,
off,
okay.
but I'm walking around.
Okay.
We can all agree that the draconian measures
lists.
have been put in place to stop me from doing anything, but to allow everybody else to do whatever
What do
they
you want? What
damn
do you
well
want? What do you want on
please.
their last light?
What about poor Battling Bot? Well, we would love to go. We would love to be able to give you money by taking orders. You know, using your
Believe
system.
me, I've already discussed this. I don't know how to solve this problem right now.
Hmm.
Actually, I need to probably have a meeting about that.
Shackleton base.
We have a meeting to set up a meeting.
No, because we discussed the whole concept of doing pre-orders for games that are available at the con that aren't new.
Right.
But the preview is for new stuff, right? So it kind of needs to be like I don't know. We'll have to talk to Eric about it. Because he basically we have this new system where if you list the game for pre-order, you can do it through our website. And you just have to track it and give us a little bit of money.
What if the pre-order allows anything and the preview just shunts you to the pre-order page that has everything?
It could be something like that. But Lance doesn't have any new stuff to give the link to make a pre-order. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you see the problem. He doesn't have a new game to sell. He has older games to sell. How do we accommodate that?
Well, I'll just have to be successful without your help. Thanks for anything.
Okay.
You could put a sticker on the old games and call them a new edition.
What I'm saying, get a sticker.
You don't gotta
The super awesome Alaboom edition.
Yeah. Here's a 2025 sticker. Goes on the 2024 sticker.
So Evan, did you see the game The Anarchy
No.
from Renegade?
Pretty chaotic.
Check it out.
Well, I just wanted to show something to you.
Oh, yeah, sure. And I don't have to look it up.
I love all the screen sharing tonight.
Hey.
Oh, look at that.
That looks familiar.
Look at that.
It's
Rip
great,
off.
though. There's another little castle building Euro
Is that
game
a
that's
dice
coming
game?
out too.
That little die goes in front of it.
Are those dice like those pieces with the numbers? Or is
Yeah,
it
they
just
have numbers
your
and
strength.
pips and
It's the
stuff. I don't
strength
know.
pips.
It's the new game from Garphill Games.
This is
Oh, that's cool.
livestock.
I know, but you work it out, folks. Not started.
I'm just putting
I-
stuff here. It's been empty
Livestock.
for.
I know
Oh,
it's
wait.
not spot nothing. I'm like, you just work off U-boats.
Oh, depends.
Here we go.
Like tonight, I had a whole pallet that was almost all ice cream, so I just wheeled the pallet in there and did it.
A whole
But like, it doesn't
pallet.
make any sense. It's so
Should we mute
freaking
him?
hot.
Just buy a whole pallet of
Spot.
ice cream.
More than one pallet at a time, because then they're gonna end up picking it back up and throwing it back in the freezer before it melts.
Let's just mute him.
Mute him.
Ah,
I started watching this streamer that runs an ice cream shop. Something addictive about watching people order ice cream and make people make ice cream. I couldn't stop watching it. I just had it on my side of my computer for like hours.
Is it like a Cold Stone Creamery sort of thing?
No, it's a place in Massachusetts, like Forget the name of it. Let me see.
Anthony, we muted you just so we didn't have to hear your work. So here goes. In the Anarchy, players take on the role of English nobles. Over 5 rounds, players must build their domains, defend their castle from attacks, and storm strongholds loyal to Empress Matilda.
It's called Ice Cream Posse. It's the channel on Twitch.
You
And
mute.
they got the Boston accents too. It's so great.
We were hearing you talk
You want a
about.
peanut butter wizard?
I
Wizard?
heard you talking about your
Back to cat.
your palette of
cat.
ice cream.
Method.
Okay.
So we just muted you because I didn't want you to like give away some trade secrets or something.
No, that was fine. I thought I hit the mute button. And I was like, wait, did I? But anyway. All right, carry on.
We will carry
I
on.
scored almost no
son.
points in our game, by the way. Evan,
What?
I scored almost no points in our game.
Oh, really?
Like I got like 7 points. I feel I haven't played this for years, so I can't remember how to play it.
Holy cow, this Anarchy game looks super
Are
complex.
you talking about Tiny Towns?
Holy shit, this Anarchy game says it's got a 4.0 weight to it, complexity rating.
What is it?
The Anarchy,
The Garfield game?
The
the
one with the
Garfield
dice?
game.
Didn't look that complicated.
Has he ever really made a heavyweight game?
No.
Really?
The heaviest would have been what, Robo Rally? I mean,
Oh, it's
Yeah, maybe.
No, it's Garp Hill.
Garfield, not Garfield.
Not
Garfield. I hate Mondays.
But Shem didn't design this one.
Yeah, Bobby Hill was the designer. Bobby.
What's the name of
It's
it?
the Hadrian's
Bobby.
Wall guy. Hadrian's Wall.
Oh, that
It's
game's
it-
complicated. Adrian's
Boys
Wall is
whacking in my
complicated.
tool shed again.
And then Anarchy is his sequel to Hadrian's Wall.
Played Hadrian's Wall on BGA, and it's like I don't know.
Yeah, I never really
Didn't
had a
really
chance to
work for
play
me.
that.
They were in there whacking it.
They're in my tool shed.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Axis and Allies Stalingrad, Axis and Allies
Yeah.
Battle of the Bulge, all kinds of Axis and Allies.
There was a there before we moved to Texas, we found a user group that's all they played was Axis and Allies. They bought every single edition, and that's all they played.
It's a classic.
I used to play it.
So, Chad, when you moved to Texas, did they stop you at the border and checked your accent out and said, "Okay, you can come in"?
That's right. That's right. I told them we were from Nashville, and they said, "Oh, you're at the Alamo. You're welcome to come." Yeah.
Okay, good. I was
Oh
born.
well, apparently FinSpan was released in the last 4 months, since that's
There you
also gonna be for sale.
Well, if FinSpan's going to be for sale, I'm gonna have to rage quit, or I have to go pick up my daughter from her rehearsal. One or the other. You guys, I'll let you guys interpret that as you like. Thank you,
Jeff,
gentlemen. Great.
don't be a stranger. Thanks for showing
All right.
up.
And see you again soon.
See you.
Going.
Finspan just came out.
It did not just come out.
It did. Like a
It came out
month
last
ago.
year, didn't it?
No,
It came out in like 2021 or something like that.
Evan Halbert wins. You won. What was your
Yep.
score?
Yeah.
Do you know this game?
Well, I played it once when it first came out, I think.
I thought I liked that game better. I don't think I really like it.
Do you like that kind of game where it's like, universal info and you kind of everybody makes their own unique choice, like Guild of Merchant
I do.
Explorers, like that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I like Guild of Merchant Explorers.
Oh look. Well, god damn it, because Tabletop Tycoon is coming out with it. That's the only reason why. But Black Orchestra is coming back up. But I can't be mad because I like Philip DeBerry. So I can't be mad about that one. That one's fun.
I can't look at the end of the game.
I think you misread the ruling on that tower.
I probably
The-
did.
Was
the rule
Black
on the
Orchestra-
Nobody knows what
was-
you're talking about. Quit talking about your
We're
BGA
playing
games.
Tiny Towns,
Tiny Towns.
and
Wow.
I can't look at the game. The game.
Why? Rude.
We were waiting to
No,
see. If
Black
anybody's gonna
Orchestra,
ask.
was that the co-op one where you were trying to kill Hitler or whatever?
Yeah, it's really good. I liked it.
You know those memes of her. I bet he's thinking about other women, and it's the dude. And he's thinking, well, he goes, I just saw one the other day and said, I bet he's thinking about other girls. Him. How did the monster from Jeepers Creepers not only register a vehicle, but also get a personalized license plate?
You know, these are the things. These are the questions.
It's things to worry about. I mean, it's these are the big
Jeepers
these
Creepers.
are the horrible movie.
I think Tiny Towns is a better game in person. I mean, much like mini games.
You know, I'd never looked at battle stations until today. That looks like a neat little game.
Battle stations.
Battle Stations is fun.
I've never paid attention to it till today. I was like, what the? This is awesome.
So there's another new game out with castle pieces. We're on a run right now. It's a Nestor Mangione game.
Nestor.
Stupor
Master
Mundi.
games.
Oh, that game is too hard, too heavy for me.
Is it? It's got a dope
Which
little
game?
pencil
I
there.
could barely. Yeah, it's like a 4 at least.
Oh,
What game?
Stupor Monday.
It looks cool.
It does look cool. I went through the tutorial on BGA and I'm like, I can't follow this. It's too complicated. It's 3.21, but I feel it felt heavier to me than
Oh,
that.
heavier.
When you watch those tutorials on BGA, do you have to watch them at a certain time of day?
Yeah, there's something about sometimes like there's a guy who does a lot of them, and his just teaching methodology is just not my favorite.
Yeah.
But it's fine. It's better. I mean, I give him 5 stars because I feel like the work is worth it. You know, I usually figure out the game, but I couldn't.
So-
Super Monday, I could not.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me just back up a second. You don't like how he does it.
Yeah,
It's
there's
not,
something
but you still give him
his tone
5
is
stars.
its tone. Yeah, but I mean, I'm not gonna ding him for that.
What
I feel
are
like
you
giving him
supposed
5
to do?
stars.
So if you're giving a review of somebody's
I'm not-
service, isn't
I'm
your
not giving a
opinion
review.
what matters?
I'm not reviewing it. I'm basically giving him a feedback that I like the tutorial, but every once in a while his tone I can't my mind can't follow him for some reason.
I don't know. It sounds like you're reinforcing bad behavior by giving 5 stars. He doesn't have to get any better because you're giving 5 stars, or unless it's like on a 50-star scale. Is it on a 50-star scale?
I'm not gonna ding him for my inability to follow him.
Okay. Is your review based on your personal opinion?
Every once in a while he confounds me. But I'm gonna give him
that
5-star
doesn't
feedback
sound
'cause I
like that doesn't
appreciate the
sound
work.
like 5-star means perfect. I don't think that sounds like a perfect.
Okay.
Does it sound? I mean,
But I don't want him to change any. I don't know what I would do any better.
They don't confound me.
I just had to make a mention of it.
So what about this? If I was playing Street Fighter against Evan, like Ken versus Ryu,
Yeah.
and I beat him, but he did 1 jab, so I lost just that amount, would the game say perfect for me after the
Perfect.
battle? No, it wouldn't give me that because I
Minor
didn't.
victory.
I didn't do a perfect. You are telling that
All or
person.
nothing. It's all or nothing for me.
Then 1 star. 1 star.
No,
Well then,
because I don't want to force him to follow my thinking.
you're insane.
Okay.
You can give him a 4, a 4.5.
I hate to see your Uber
Sure.
reviews. I need to think about this damn Uber for a minute.
I do think about
I'm
my
not a
Uber
picky,
ratings.
I'm not
This
that
guy
picky.
tried to ask me about my day.
This car did not smell like a new car. It smelled like jasmine. 4.75, motherfuckers.
Why shouldn't people's ratings be accurate?
I
What world
hate
do we
Jasmine.
live in? Where it's just like, well, just give them the 5 and let's move on with our lives.
Yeah. Life's too short.
Scott Brady just did a hot take on Origins.
Oh.
What was his hot take?
I don't know. Maybe you should read it.
Is it on
Whoa.
Facebook?
It's on Facebook 29 minutes ago.
All right, hold on,
I
hold
want to
on.
hear a hot take. I'm
Did
ready.
you say
It's public.
Tom Brady?
It's public, so
Tom
it's
Brady.
Tom
Scott-
Brady was at Origins?
Scott Brady.
Oh,
The designer of Boop.
And
Oh.
Very nice guy. Very nice guy. I'm not throwing shade on him. It's just an interesting take.
here we go.
And caution signs.
I have to shake my head at the naysayers saying how poorly they did at Origins Game Fair and blaming the Game Manufacturers Association Gamma, even though attendance was up. Maybe, just maybe, no one wants your homemade 3D printed tchotchkes, $200 dice, or knockoff stickers. Just because you buy a booth doesn't mean your product will sell. You still need to make good products with great value and actual demand. For every one of you who talked to multiple vendors who complained, I can show you one more that sold out in the first day or two, or sold first day or two, and had record sales for the weekend. Quit trying to tear down conventions when the problem isn't them. Disclaimer: this goes for Gen Con and PAX U also. They bring the buyers. It's up to you to sell.
he's not entirely wrong there. That's one of the things that pisses
Actually, I'm
me
curious
off at
how Kinson.
conventions.
I'm sure how. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Chad. Go ahead. Finish.
No,
Wow, with the number of times Aldi interrupts me, and
No,
Chad gets
that's
an
not true.
apology. Chad gets an apology. I just get okay, never mind. Go ahead.
I'm
I
biting
will
my
go to
tongue.
like a convention and like especially a smaller convention and it's loaded up with people just selling 3D printed shit or something like that. And it pisses me off, especially if they have a waiting list for vendors to get in there. And then you're like, oh look, here's another ghost printed with a FDM printer. I'm like, get out of here. It just grinds my gears when there's so many other things that could be in their place.
You know what really grinds my gears?
You know what grinds my gears?
You know what really grinds my
You,
gears?
America. Fuck you. Yeah, I don't know. It was weird because if you go and look at that list of all the vendors, there were so many, and I would say less than half were actually board game people.
Was it
So-
mostly tchotchkes and 3D printed shit?
It was a lot
There's
of
a lot of dice.
a lot of Etsy, a lot of people with
Yeah.
their like, hey, I hand make these like leather bags, or I
I
make
buy these leather bags in Temu.
Nothing wrong with those.
I don't mind those vendors being there, but like if they're complaining about being there, you know what I mean? Then it's like, all right, well, just
Hey,
don't go.
I mean, a 10 by 10 inline, runs you $1,000,
Yeah.
So I mean, you're down $1,000 walking in the door.
Yeah. Like I'm all for small business, and if you want to buy a booth, you buy a booth. But it sounds like there was lots of complaining that
I didn't see anybody complaining. I mean, everybody I talked to said their sales are pretty much the same as they had last year, and I agree. I agreed with that. I mean, it was, if the attendance was up, I didn't see it, but 8% more attendance really isn't something you'd notice. I mean,
right.
if so like their attendance is like around, isn't it around like 20,000 or 30,000? So you add 8%
Sounds
to
right.
that, it's like
That's really big.
the attendance.
20,000.
What's the attendance of Origins?
Well, that sounds about right. Maybe 15 to 20,000.
Origins.
There was a little over 17,000 people there last year.
It said 19,000.
Last year was 17,000. They bumped their number up. Because they first said it was 17, and all of a sudden it came back to 19. I think they included everybody.
Yeah,
who
it's
was there.
19,171. Up
Is that
8%.
17 turns at all, or is that just ticket sales?
17706.
They bumped up
last year.
the people who were working there too. They
Oh.
they counted badges and not attendees.
Hmm.
So if you never left your booth or went and did anything else, you still counted as the part of the
Lance
population.
bought like 30 RPGs.
I bought like 6. So if we go by if we agree that they said it was up 8%, that means there was a little over 19,000 people that attended this
That is
year.
correct.
If
It's
we
actually
agree,
on ICV2, the numbers.
so I would say, I mean, it wasn't noticeable. I mean, as far as like, people walking by and I mean, it was again some of the same stuff where it's like, hey, it's that guy with the red shirt that I see.
Yeah, but there was
Or-
no
Every
Catan.
convention.
There was
What'd you
no
say?
Catan. There was no Catan events.
Yeah.
No, people go to conventions for different reasons.
Ah, yes.
Would it would
I
was
told you 10 years ago there wasn't going to be no Catan events this year.
I go for like Catan and Seven Wonders tournaments. I didn't see any on the list. Gen Con has them, and it's only 130 miles away. So like, go to Gen Con.
We're
I
referencing
don't go to Gen Con.
a person who had a complaint about Origins that there was no Catan events at Origins.
that really a complaint?
Yes, it was. I will find the link and send it to you because it's freaking
love it.
hysterical.
Oh my
I love
god!
it.
But Lance, did
At
you
first
did you
I thought it
feel
was a
like
joke.
oh,
I thought it was a
sorry.
joke, and then he doubled down and tripled down, and I was like, okay, this guy is dead serious about this.
I was going to
He
ask.
was wrong.
So, like at Origins or something like that. I mean, you guys have it pretty much dialed down. Like we take this, and this amounts, and you pretty much sell out on it. Or do you ever say, "Well, we should have brought more of this"?
We should have brought more Last Light. I mean, Last Light, once you set it up on a table and show it up, people walk by, they see it, they're like, what is this? And then they want to buy it. So we should have brought more Last Light. I mean, the thing about After the Empire, I never even set it up, and we only brought like 6 copies, but
Yeah.
it was like, but people saw the front cover of After the Empire and they were like, what is this?
Got a good cover.
Like perfect example, it's like there was multiple people that were saying it was like, oh, like Last Light was there. Like they literally had no idea what Last Light was. They're like, what is this? It's like, oh, it came out 2 years ago. I never even heard of this. Which just cements the fact that people just don't have any idea about any games that come
Tell
out
me
ever.
more about it. Oh,
Yeah.
does this come
Yeah.
in the box?
And then the other thing,
Interesting. If you can give me like 10 or 12 copies,
yeah,
I
if
can
you can
give
just
them to
send me,
people,
And they
and
will
they can play
it.
them.
they can play them. And then the other thing was, it was like I actually had somebody come by. It was like, oh, the board rotates. Did you guys copy that from SETI? I was like, I'll fucking kill you.
Yeah.
The guys over at the CGE booth though thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
And
Well, I
like,
heard Last Light just came out this year, 2025.
yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. New multilingual art.
It's got a rotating
Edition.
SETI board.
Yeah. An homage to SETI version. Who put forth the movable board. Thank goodness they had that idea. Bunch of draconian measures.
Yeah. I want to play SETI. Actually,
Keeping
looks
Gray
really
Fox games down
good.
with their stringent. I'm tired.
Are you guys into YouTube
Don't
internet?
change the subject.
I don't know. I'm bored with your grousing about the preview.
Well, at least you used a good
Grousing.
word. You used the word grousing.
Grouse. is good.
grousing.
Yeah. It's like
I
lazy.
demand satisfaction, Aldi.
What were you asking? Aldi?
So there's this channel called H3 Productions. Are you guys aware?
Oh,
Ethan
God,
Klein.
Mhm.
He put out this 1 hour long content bomb, I guess, against another creator, and released it to the internet. And then, do you know what reaction videos are? You guys know what
Yeah.
reaction.
Uh-huh.
So there's like this whole like subculture reactionists on YouTube and Twitch and stuff that
Yeah.
basically all they do is just play the video and they say like 5 things. Like they're not really reacting to it, they're just playing to get the views.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So they're sort of like he's accusing them of stealing his content. And so he went through this whole thing. It's actually quite interesting. He's suing 3 YouTuber or Twitcher YouTubers, I'm not sure who they are. I think they're Twitch. For stealing his work. And he might win.
Oh,
Because I watched a legal analysis of it and they're like, this is like normally you can get away with fair use, right? Like by playing copyrighted material on your
Yeah.
YouTube channel or whatever. under fair use, you can basically transform the video or whatever it is and make it something new.
Yeah.
But these people just play the videos and they don't
Right.
really react to it enthusiastically and with, like pausing the video and saying their comments, or they just let it play.
Yeah.
And they like
And they have
walk
their
away.
face.
They like walk away from their chair in the corner and like,
Oh, so they're not
or like
even.
so
Yeah.
sometimes they're not like, so there's a interesting, if you look at, I don't know what the name of it is, but basically it's like an H3 Productions. He's suing 3 content creators. It's very interesting stuff. If
Are you
you're into
familiar with the
if you're
YouTube
into
channel?
internet drama at all.
I like
Are you
internet
familiar with
drama.
the YouTube channel Wisecrack?
No, never heard of it.
They did a lot of like the guy who the main person that talks. He was a philosophy professor, and they talk about like the philosophy of Star Wars or the philosophy of this, and they do a
Right.
lot of, and it's a very 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 left wing thing too. So they talk a lot about the dangers of capitalism and like one of their best videos is either capitalism has to end or the planet dies. Either will happen. Just like it's like one of these two things has to happen or something like that. But anyway, the parent company of Wisecrack um just fired everybody. Like literally like, and they let them all know, and then the Wisecrack they put up one last video and they said this is the end of Wisecrack,
Hmm.
and they didn't take the video down. There was just basically said, we've all been fired and we're gonna go and start our own thing. And they put these like, and the only thing they did to the video is they had posted a bunch of links below, like these are the new YouTube channels we're gonna have. And they went and deleted that, but if you go to Wisecrack, you can see the last video they made. And they don't know what that company's gonna do. It's just like, but they're like, yeah, we're not gonna, but everybody left and they're all gonna like go work together and do their own thing now. Anyway, it was interesting. It was a channel that I didn't watch religiously. But like the videos of that I did watch were really good. Like they did a whole like a huge deep dive into like the philosophy of Rick and Morty, and that was a good video. Um, and yeah, anyway, just one of those things where it had been around forever, and
They shut down.
well, I mean, it's just they haven't Wisecrack the YouTube channel hasn't made any new videos, because they
Ah,
don't. And so they contend that they believe is what's going to happen is that they all got fired because they realized they could probably just make AI videos and because they have like 3 million subscribers, and then they
Yeah.
can just not pay anybody and then just have AI videos made.
Right.
Um
oh,
yeah,
wow.
I mean it's just it's crazy stuff out there, man.
I clicked on like 2 AI videos of Star Wars, like some guy doing like a Star Wars vlog. Have you seen that one? Where it's like
No.
a Stormtrooper doing a vlog, like
Hmm.
a he's holding the camera like he's vlogging, and it's really good. And now I've thrown my algorithm off on YouTube so that I'm getting like hundreds of AI channels thrown at me now.
Oh
I'm
no.
trying to get it out of my system. Like I'm
Yeah.
trying to, like I deleted the view that I viewed those videos, but I don't think I can get away from it.
Click on the thing
Um,
and just say you're not interested,
I
or
know, but I'm
like,
doing it over and over again, and there's tons of AI channels now. It's just
Yeah.
tons of them.
uh,
My
People
God,
just spamming AI content.
it's
just start watching some hardcore porn on
no,
YouTube. And
because I have my okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's how they get you.
Kabuki Kid. If you Google YouTuber Ethan Klein suing Twitch streamers reaction content under fire, you'll get the story, and then it'll probably link to his video, and he does a really good summary of the whole situation and why he's suing them.
Yeah, I
And
pulled
he's
up that.
he's been the target of many lawsuits for fair use, and won
Hmm.
all of them.
Wow.
Now
So he's a
at great
hero.
expense, right? Well, no, it's an
Right.
interesting story. I mean, it's internet stuff.
Well, I mean, theoretically, though, it'd be one of those things where if that was the case, usually you can have like the person that brought the suit, like they'll sometimes have to pay the court fees,
Yeah.
meaning that like it's like, and
It-
now you get to pay my lawyer as well.
Basically, his video states why, like he copyrighted his work, Oh, something just changed on my machine. I'm having problems with my machine again.
What kind of problem?
Yep.
Which machine?
Okay. I think I'm back.
In many ways, you never left.
Well, my speaker turned off and it turned to a different speaker, which is not really a speaker.
Oh, gotcha.
And then I'm like, I can't hear you guys. So it's been doing that a lot lately. Heck is going on? Anyway, I fell down the content hole, rabbit hole with that stuff last night. Because
I
I used to
occasionally go
watch
down a
H3
hole.
quite often. Like he's kind of funny.
Yeah.
He had like a 3 hour a day podcast, like 3 hours of
Wow.
streaming daily.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's just one continuous stream and that's making you all the money you need in a day, that's not that
I
bad.
mean, it's like a team of like 10 people streaming.
Wow.
Like he's got assistants and he's got other people who do stuff on the stream, like he's the
Yeah.
main talker. Um, and then, and there it's an internet drama channel.
Yeah.
Something else that's going on. Good night, buddy.
Did I tell you guys I saw Mission Impossible?
No. Huh.
A new Final Reckoning.
Dun, 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 dun,
That's a long movie, but
dun, 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 dun. What a wow. What a wow.
Are you playing
Bum,
music? You are
dum,
suddenly
dum,
D.
bum, bum,
oh, you're
dum,
content
bum.
mention now.
It was too good. Too
I
on
could
key.
barely tell. It was like almost like the real thing. By the way, Mission Impossible is 30 years old.
Yeah.
1995 was the first the movie.
The Tom Cruise one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Tom Cruise, all of them, right?
Well, right. But I mean, wasn't there like the old TV show too, right?
Yeah, there was a TV show.
Yeah.
Your mission, if you choose to accept it.
Yeah, yeah. That was in
Message
like
self-destruct.
the early 80s,
I think it was 70s.
late 70s, something like that. Yeah.
Maybe 60s.
Should you choose to accept it?
Should you choose?
1966.
Wow. Earlier than I thought.
Yep.
Oh man, I found a YouTube channel. Okay,
Anyway,
so
it's very good, by the way. I really liked it.
I'm sorry, I've been meaning to talk about this forever.
There's my movie review.
It's good.
Sorry.
It was good. I liked it. It's okay. It's okay. I interrupt you plenty.
So I can remember being at my grandpa's house in Washburn, North Dakota, and there was like a weird public access station or some UHF station that was like up in that area of North Dakota. And they would show old black and white TV shows. And I can remember, and for the longest time, I thought it was a Twilight Zone show. But it wasn't Twilight Zone. And I couldn't remember what it was, and I just remember there was this like I can't remember the episode exactly. I mean, it was like it had to do with like aliens, and nobody could figure out what the aliens were. And there was like, and then there was another one that I really liked, which was this guy that was it opens up with him being found not guilty for the death of his wife, and then but he goes on this trip and like there's like all of he starts seeing these weird things in all of these mirrors all the time, and like he's seeing this weird stuff in the mirrors, like, and he thinks somebody is like basically haunting him, even though like he's like I didn't kill my wife, and all this stuff, and I mean it was spooky to me as a kid, like it was just weird because there
Where's the
was
show?
things, and then I couldn't remember the name of the show. And then one day, because I'll listen to when I'm trying to fall asleep, I'll listen to old radio drama stuff like Johnny $2 and Sherlock Holmes and stuff like that. There were radio shows back in the day. It helps me fall asleep. The algorithm must have spit this out. One Step Beyond TV show that ran for 3 seasons in the early 60s. And I was like, holy cow, this sounds kind of weird. And then I went and looked, and sure enough, that was the show. Had almost 100 episodes with 3 seasons. It was all black and white. Um, and I found a YouTube channel because it must all be in the public domain or something like that. And they just have every single episode of One Step Beyond. And it was like this cool little sci-fi.
Is that a Madness song?
Maybe.
It is.
Madness.
Yeah,
One
Madness.
step beyond.
The only one I know is I believe in a thing called love. Wasn't that? Oh no, that's the darkness.
No, that's a darkness.
Different band.
Different.
Don't ruin it.
I'm sorry.
I was really excited. And
Oh,
I
that's cool,
did a
man.
deep dive into it, and I was just like, "That's cool." And
It's
I'm
nice when
super
you see
glad.
things like that after like years and years of trying to remember something, and then it
Yeah, and it was always, and they had this like weird guy that hosted each episode, and he'd always like come out
was
and
like a
say,
Twilight Zone type of thing.
"Yeah, absolutely." And he'd come out and he'd say, you know, this is why did he see that thing, just like, yeah, and it was like, yeah, it was very much like a Twilight Zone thing. But anyway, if you're ever bored and you want to check out something, uh go find One Step Beyond. And yeah, you can find it all, like all the episodes are on like several different YouTube channels, like just because like I said, it must be public domain. They all grabbed them, uploaded them, and you can watch them to your heart's content now. And isn't that nice? That these things exist now. With all this AI slop that just keeps coming out.
Lovely. Everybody likes it.
I mean, I got
It's-
entertained by the Star Wars stuff.
Well, but I mean, I'm not
Okay.
trying to fault you, but I mean, it's gonna get to a
Oh,
point
but
where
it's going to be
where
endless because
yeah,
there's
I mean,
endless amounts of compute.
John Oliver did a really good thing about it. If you watch his show or whatever, where they talk
Oh, did he?
about yeah,
Yeah,
like it was last week's like, and they just talk about the AI video farms that people are just putting out this stuff constantly, and it's all just garbage, and because and then there's the one guy that has the one AI video thing where he was just like, yeah, you can make this stuff yourself, but I mean it takes a long time and it's tough. So now you can just use my program, and he's just like
right.
totally unapologetic for creating something horrible.
Did you know? I don't know if I mentioned to you, but the Harry Potter pinball has been determined to have AI artwork in it.
You
He was
mentioned that to me.
an AI artist.
Huh.
Like he's a crypto artist, and I'm guessing he used AI. I'm like, how did this get through approvals with Warner Brothers? I mean, it's very blatant,
Yeah.
and you're like, what? Now, I think they've gone through and fixed a lot of it, but
Right.
it still used AI.
I know it's going to get tougher and tougher to even know too.
Well, they've kind of fixed the finger thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was the big thing, was like,
That was
oh,
the
look at the
easy
I don't
fingers,
know,
you can
it's
tell.
there's still a lot of artifacts.
Yeah. There's still some stuff, but
Yeah.
it's
I
hard.
mean, it's getting better. The video stuff is almost undistinguishably real. I mean, there's a video out there that basically makes fun of how real it looks, and then it turns into AI, like an AI craziness happens.
Yeah.
But it just looks so real to me. The Google View,
Yeah.
Vue, yeah.
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 And this is only like 1 year in
Mm-hmm.
of I mean, are we like 1 year of AI now, like, or two?
Yeah, I mean more than that, but
Yeah, a little more than. I mean,
It was like it
with
was
commercial AI, like where you
Yeah.
can go, any
Yeah.
us, we can go and type something in and make something.
Mhm. Just wait till the AI farm in Abilene starts up, and then you'll see some craziness.
The AI what?
In Abilene, they're building. They've really pretty much they have gotten.
Is it open AI?
It's an AI factory.
Is it open AI or is it NVIDIA or like some?
They don't know yet. They're actually building the building for it right now, and they've bought like something like 100, 200 acres just to house the building. And right now they're working on like the cooling and getting the electric conducts work. But there's like a lot of YouTube videos and a lot of documentation about it. But it's basically revitalizing a lot of Abilene local economics for construction and uh, electricians and stuff like this, just building this factory. And it's going to be like, I think it has something somewhere like $3 to $6 billion behind it just in the factory. And all it's going to be is going to be machines running AI.
That's the part that everybody forgets about is the fact that like the ecological effect of all this stuff, the massive amounts of power that this is going to take. But that's fine. The whole world's on fire. Nobody cares, you know. Just it's infuriating.
$500 billion.
500 billion? Where is this? Abilene?
Abilene, Texas.
Oh my God, this monitor is so bright. Getting
A
blasted.
drop in the bucket, right?
100 billion, not a problem. That's jump change. It's walking money.
It's my walking around money.
In case I get
Who,
hungry.
who's creating that?
It says it's a company called Crusoe that used to be a crypto mining company. Now they've flipped it over to an AI firm.
It's
Lancian?
ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
You can see videos of like
$500 billion AI infrastructure. I think the 500 billion AI infrastructure was something, was it like an
it's
open?
going to be land, it's going to be building, it's going to be
Yeah, I don't think
buying
it's all, I don't think it's
hardware,
all this one thing.
getting networking to run in
By
there.
the way, there's only 125,000 people that live in Abilene.
Yeah,
A 200 megawatt data center. 200 megawatt.
that's almost a
How big? How many megawatts is Dallas?
how close is that to 1.21 gigawatts?
1.21 gigawatts. Did you see Red Dead Media did a thing about Back to the Future? It was good.
Dallas is 76 to 82 average megawatts. So 2 times bigger than Dallas, 2 to 3 times bigger than Dallas's power.
That one location.
Yeah, it said 200 megawatts. I'm just reading an article. I don't even know who knows whether this real article is real. It says it's from the Daily Texan. I don't know. Wow.
1.21 gigawatts. Duck Brown, baby.
People gonna want to play board games still
Oh, here it is. Here's
with
more
all this stuff.
Open AI.
Do another initials, Lance, says Kabuki.
Oh,
All right, I'm gonna be right back. I gotta.
Yeah, let me go.
I'll be right
Let me
back.
go grab a drink, and then because I brought a clearly Canadian, so I need another drink here, and give me a second here. See what's going on. What are you doing, cat? Get out of here. Yeah.
If everybody leaves, we'll get a lawsuit.
Yeah, maybe. You never know. You never know. You never know. All right. Give me 1 second. Rip.
All right.
Hey, Chad.
I thought about you yesterday.
That's sort of gross.
No, it's weird because I decided I had some minis I wanted to paint,
Okay,
and I was like, wait a minute, I have a mini holder that
that's
Chad
right. You got it for
I
your
haven't
birthday.
used in forever. So I went and got it. And I found like the box I had it in. And
Oh, nice.
I don't know what I was planning on painting, but I had like 400 bottle caps in the box.
Oh, yeah,
with
the
it,
screw on the tops.
screw on
Yeah,
the top. And I'm like, when am I ever going to put 400? I don't know. I kept
because
saving
you
them.
can.
Yeah, well, that was the point. Like,
They just got to go buy a shit ton of blue tack.
yeah, everyone at work was like, when I was the place I used to work at, everyone who drank soda, I'm like, give me your cap when you're done. They're like, why? I said, just give me the cap. And I had like literally like
God, that was
caps.
when was it? That was like 17, 18, 19, summertime.
That's it's at least that long ago. I was like, this is cool.
So I've been playing. Ravensburger has a Take It Easy out on mobile. I think I showed this off last week. I'm still playing it. It's still fun. Take it easy.
Anything catching your fancy from Gen Con from the list so far?
No, not really. Well, the only things that I've really been looking at is so Monolith is putting out like a Legends of the Five Rings box game again.
Yes, that Rokugan game.
Yeah, because remember
really
back in the day there was that Clan War game that
Yeah.
had the middle minis in it. It was who was that? That was Pinnacle Entertainment, and I missed the boat on that one. I think Pete was in on that one. I think Pete. I don't want to put words in Pete's mouth, but I thought he was a big fan of that as well. So I thought about messaging him about it the other day, but it looks really good because I'm a Legend of Five Rings nerd.
Yes, I know.
And I've got River of Gold and still haven't played it because that's Legend of Five Rings.
It's very, very, very light Legend of Five Rings.
Oh, is it? I just bought it because it was Legend of Five Rings and they had it laid out and the board had like that full lamination on it or had that full on it.
Looks cool.
Board.
Yeah. So I've played it. It's good, but there's a few problems that I have with the game. It's mostly with the turn order and how things become not available to you. But that game originally had a theme of building like the tourist traps on Route 66.
Mm-hmm.
So I had looked at that like literally when the guy had it in the Cardboard Edison design contest.
Mm-hmm.
And TMG actually had signed it before they went under.
Oh.
And when they went under, the guy got the rights back and then they sold it and did the Legend of the Five Rings theme. But I think the original theme works so much better for it.
Speaking of stuff like that changes, in one of the dark corners of my game collection, we were at the gathering one year, and my wife thought it'd be funny if she did. They used to do the prize table, and they used to give away a big pile of games if you could carry it back to your seat. You remember those, Scott?
Yep.
And so she did that one year, and she carried it back to her. And amongst it was a copy of what was it, Porta Negra, and it was the prototype version, and it's got a totally different rule set than that came out in production. It was like, what?
Say what?
I mean, that game is, nobody talks about that game today, but back then it was sort of cool. It was just hidden in the boxes.
All right. Did we want to do another one?
Sure. I'll play.
Oh, Anthony's gonna play.
I'm working though, so I may be slow on the draw.
So somebody else might have a chance. Is what you're saying?
Possible.
All right. Well, I'm gonna open up my Baja Blast Zero.
So answer me a question. When you do these initials, do you think of the words first?
Yeah, I do.
I do.
And then you say, hey, what are some weird ass clues?
If I'm home, I'll like
have a piece of paper by the computer and I'll write things down. But sometimes it's more like being on the same wavelength as Lance.
All right, here we go. The initials are L S. Lance sucks.
Yep.
Before somebody else could get in on it. There you go. Here we go. Clue number 1. Connected to the opening scene of 2010's Despicable Me. Clue number 2. Connected to the final scene of 1996's Happy Gilmore.
Evan.
Evan.
Long shot.
Anthony.
Anthony.
Lightning strike.
Oh, wow.
Clue number 3. Connected to 1994's Forrest Gump. Clue number 4. Connected to a tragedy on October 20th, 1977. Clue number 5. Connected to the Confederate flag. Final clue. Freebird. Simple Man.
Chad.
Ooh.
Oh, Scott can take it. I know what it is.
Oh, wait, whoa. I don't know. That sounded almost exactly at the same moment. Kabuki Kid, I need an arbitration. Oh, no. No. Do it. Ba da 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 da. Ba ba da da. Come on, Kabuki.
It's a lag.
I know.
I think tonight's pretty long too.
That's what she said. Chad.
What?
Leonard
Skinnerd is correct.
That smell.
I got robbed.
Number 1. Connected to the national debut of drag queen RuPaul. Clue number 2. Has been the inspiration for the names of adult video stores across the country.
Anthony.
Go for it.
Love Shack.
Love Shack.
All right. There you go.
Included a Chrysler.
Wow, you got that pretty fast there.
No.
Included the Chrysler was the next clue. All right,
How
here we
many
go.
cars as big as a whale?
Clue number 1.
Right,
Item number 3. Connected to a pistol. Clue number 2. Connected to the Mississippi River. Just so you know, worked in concert as security for the B-52s.
Mm-hmm.
Jerks.
Ooh.
Clue number 3. Connected to tigers.
Anthony.
Go for it.
Louisiana State.
Louisiana State is correct. The college. Item number 4. Was seen in the film Signs in 2002. Clue number 2. Was seen in the movie The Shining in 1980. Clue number 3. Was seen in the movie The Untouchables in 1987. Clue number 4. Appeared in a field in 1999's Office Space.
Chad,
Chad.
Louisville Slugger.
Louisville
I was thinking
Slugger
of fax machine.
is
I
correct.
know, yeah, same.
Die, motherfucker, die,
There's no
die.
paper jam.
Ugh. Clue number 1.
Hmm.
Moved to the United States at the young age of 18. Spooky
Oh.
Kid pushed her glasses up on the top of her nose and says, "It wasn't a fax machine, it was a printer."
A PC load letter. What does that even mean?
Clue number 2. Has connections to Germany and San Francisco. Clue number 3. Steve Jobs was a proponent of his product. Clue number 5. Clue number 4. Marty McFly was a fan.
Chad,
Chad.
long sleeve shirts.
Clue number 5. Connected to the number 501.
Oh,
Aldi, did you ring in?
I did. Levi
Go ahead.
Strauss.
Levi
Dang, nice.
Strauss.
I was right behind you. Strauss.
Calvin Klein.
What's written all over your underwear?
Clue number 1. This is the name of a 1916 silent film starring Oliver Hardy. No one? Wow.
I got a guess, but I'm not going to throw it out there
I
yet.
hate silent movies.
Clue number 2. Seen near Ant-Man in 2015. Clue number 3. These were originally designed for the summer. Clue number 4. Commonly seen near cash registers.
Anthony,
Go for it.
lottery machine.
And that's like lottery sashines? Since it's LS? Okay, but
Lottery
anyway.
sashimi.
Oh yeah, LS, yeah.
Clue number 5. Known for their aluminum foil. Final clue. Circular mint and fruit flavored candy.
Chad,
Chad. 5.
Lucky Stripes.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Aldi.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
lady.
Evan. 5,
Lip
4,
smackers.
3.
know.
Life savers.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Life savers.
Oh.
Life
Anyone?
savers. Oh, Kabuki Kid.
Bueller.
I actually thought of that from the first clue. Big Oliver Hardy silent movie fan.
Yeah, the
Too Wicked
silent movie
Kid.
one.
Clue number 1. This is the largest of its kind.
Anthony.
Go for it.
Lake Superior.
Is correct. Well
Nice.
done, sir. Well
Boo.
done.
Boo.
Boo. Bow down to her.
Connected to the.
Oh, I reckon the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
The big lake they call Gitchigumi.
I saw him in concert before he died.
I did too.
He was
Maybe it was the same concert.
the Fargo Civic Center about
Nope.
like 10 years ago.
Nope.
Clue number 1. This debuted in 1992.
Aldi.
Go for it.
Lone Star.
Clue number 2.
A little early.
Once signed a $44 million deal with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh,
Clue number 3. Was seen on HBO.
Anthony.
Go for it.
Larry Sanders.
Larry Sanders with Gary Shandling is
Oh, well, I remember that
correct.
show.
This is the Larry Sanders Show. This is the show. This is the song. No, that's the Gary Shandling Show. But Larry Sanders was the thing afterwards. With Rip Torn as
Hey,
his sidekick.
What was that catchphrase?
Hey now.
Hey now. That's what it is, yeah. Hey now.
Clue number 1. Was referenced in promotional shots for HBO's The Sopranos. Clue number 2. Is the title of a Jim Gaffigan comedy album. Clue number 3. Connected to Peter. Clue number 4.
Anthony.
Go for it.
Last Supper.
Last Supper is correct. Included a prediction of betrayal. Let's see here. We got 1, 2, 3, 5 left. 5 left. Even I can win right now. Even I can win. I'm tied with Aldi. Number 1. This is the title of a Dr. Dre song. Number 2. This is informal phrasing.
Evan.
Go for it.
Lip sync.
Number 3. Dark Helmet would not accept this.
Chad.
Go for it, Chad.
Ludicrous Speed.
Oh,
Oh no!
Aldi.
Aldi.
Lightspeed.
Light Speed.
Sorry, Chad had to
Correct.
steal it from you.
Oh no!
My son and I just watched.
I like your answer better though.
Yeah, we just watched Spaceballs.
Spaceballs 2 is coming out.
Yeah,
is it?
I can't
No
believe
way.
that. Yeah.
and
Raspberry.
Rick Moranis is coming out of retirement.
That's
for it,
amazing.
so.
Only one man. Lone Star.
I see your Schwartz is as big as mine, but can you handle it?
I got out of a Cracker Jack box. It's been inside you all along.
I also watched The Layer Cake again for the first time in a long time. That's a good movie. That's a really, really good movie. Clue number 1. Connected to drag shows.
Anthony.
Go for it.
Lip syncing.
Lip syncing is
Hey.
correct.
Oh,
Well done,
no.
Evan. Well done.
You're all dead to me.
Famously connected to Saturday Night Live on October 23rd, 2004. When what's her face?
Oh yeah, what was her
Like the music
the
stopped.
sister of Ashley Simpson.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that was also the first episode of Saturday Night Live. Andy Kaufman did the Mighty Mouse song.
Ah, that's true.
Have you guys watched the Saturday Night Live? Saturday Night?
Yeah,
Yeah.
No,
Did you watch it?
I don't have time to watch anything.
I did see that, and then I went back and watched the first episode. I was like, wow,
To see how close it was?
this was bad.
Yeah.
Like, not good.
Clue number 1 has an IQ of 159. 2 points less than me. Clue number 2 was clue number 2. PETA once listed them as the most animal-friendly TV character of all time. Number 3 plays the saxophone.
Chad.
Chad.
Lisa Simpson.
Lisa Simpson is correct. The final clue was is yellow. Saxophone. Saxophone. But that was when she needed a new reed for her instrument, and but King Toots, the music store, was right next to Moe's, and so he said, "Well, I'll just go in for a quick beer," and then one beer turns into like 4 or 5, and then he's like, "Oh no, I gotta go over and get the reed," and then the guy's already locking up and he's leaving, and he's just like, "Come on, you gotta let me in." He's like, "I'm sorry, I'm closed." And then Mo says, "Hey, remember that time I pulled you and your family out of that burning car?" He's like, "All right, but after this, we're even." Here we go. Clue number 1. This is the title of a Maroon 5 song. Maroon 5? Maroon 5? No,
Anyone?
no fans.
Bueller.
I'm sure Kabuki Kid has it for that. She's like, "Oh, it's of course it's this." Yeah. All right. Comes with a warning.
Anthony.
Go for it.
Lucky Strike.
Lucky Strike is correct.
Damn.
Wow.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Last clue.
Wow, indeed.
Anthony won the whole thing.
Yep.
I was just talking about Maroon 5 like 30 minutes ago. Final one. Appeared as an infant in a 2005 film.
Imagine that.
Clue number 2. Originally had a different last name. Clue number 3. Is an accomplished pilot. Clue number 4. Has been seen doing a one-handed handstand. Clue number 5. Survived an amputation. Final clue. Is often seen traveling with droids.
Evan.
Oh.
Evan.
Luke
5.
Skywalker.
Luke Skywalker is correct.
I got
His original name was Star Killer.
Yeah.
That was
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
yeah.
that didn't sound very nice. Had to lighten the mood.
Yeah.
Luke.
Imagine that being in your annual when you're a graduate.
And with that
Star Killer.
answer, you tied me, Evan. Yeah. So
Yep.
I missed the whole last question.
Well, that's
well,
why I
Neil,
got
let's see if he would have got it sooner than you.
it. He definitely would have got it.
Really? Let's see.
That's his style.
I heard the first thing, the infant in the 2009 film. And then that was it.
2005. Thank you.
2005 film. Okay.
Second one,
That changes everything.
originally had a different last name. Is an accomplished pilot. Has been seen doing a one-handed handstand. Survived an amputation. Often seen traveling with droids. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And so Evan
got pulled
wins
away
the
again.
whole thing.
What was the handstand thing?
When he's on Dagobah,
Training on
Yeah,
Dagobah.
training with
and
Yoda.
he's holding his with one hand, and he's making R2-D2 float.
Oh, okay.
That's a deep cut.
That is a deep cut. What was I going to say?
And a 2005 infant.
Uses the Force. You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
Hangs out with
hangs out with a Wookiee.
hangs out with old
Travels with old men to bars.
what do you call him? That old
Obi-Wan.
uh,
Old wizard.
no. I can't think of the word.
Crate dragon mimicker.
Yeah. Hangs out with sand people. Shoots womp rats.
Shoots womp rats.
I used to shoot womp rats stuff. Yeah.
Did you guys see the crocodile board, the Death Star crocodile board?
Yeah,
I
that
saw
looks
that.
sweet.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's like
Oh,
$500.
it was okay.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean, I'm
too
not
much.
gonna buy it, but it looks cool.
I don't play crocodile. I mean, I got like 10 crocodile boards here, and I don't play.
I've just never played actually.
Boom, boom.
Put 'em in the office.
Looks cool.
Oh, it's a really good game.
It's fun.
Yeah, I like games like that. I'm sure I'd enjoy it. I just haven't played it.
You got the butt judge, the cheek judge.
Whoa.
That's why you'd like it, because you got the butt judge.
I do like judging butts.
Ah,
Hey.
that's a butt, all right.
Hey.
Get your breath up, chair.
I need to. I'm trying to remember.
Was it another grievance?
No, I wasn't grievance. I just, it's just like one of those things where it's like there's a guy on Board Game Geek who, and technically on RPG Geek, who always puts together a geek list for RPG releases at Gen Con, and he hasn't done it yet. And so I'm getting annoyed with him
Oh,
because he's supposed to take care of that for me. And he hasn't yet. So how much maintenance do you do with RPG Geek, do you think?
Not a lot. We've not modernized some of the pages on, it's still beta, the old geek back from the 90s or 90s.
the old geek.
The original version of the website.
Yeah.
There was an upgrade in like 2010, I think, maybe, or 11. That we made the game pages more up to date. RPG Geek is still on those pages.
Does that just sit out there for you? I mean, it's like, yeah, I mean,
it does a little something. It's
yeah.
not nothing. but it's not like as big as Board Game Geek is just like a RPG Geek is minuscule compared to BGG.
It's a monolith.
Yeah.
That's why we don't do geek awards for the RPGs anymore.
Yeah, the voting on that was just so
Was
non-existent.
it
Yeah, it was like
a
less than 10
factor of-
people.
It's like a factor of 10 or something like that.
Yeah, it was basically like a handful of people. Like, well, if nobody cares, then I'm not going to do it.
That's fair.
I mean, it was as an award of the people, and if the people aren't there, what's the point?
Yep.
People vote those Ennies, though.
They do. They do.
RPG Geek won an Ennie. I actually went to Gen Con and accepted it.
Oh, really?
I did. I did not know we won, though. I thought I thought we were second place. I didn't understand the format. And I went up there and I'm like, second is good as first. Thanks for the votes. Thanks.
Did you look at the award?
And then I went back down and said, I'm like, wait, this is the gold award. Like, oh. Yeah. It didn't register in my mind for some reason. I mean, because the person who won second was up there for like 10 minutes talking about it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I mean,
oh, you must have won. Because I didn't really realize I don't know.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite stories that you told.
I know. It's like,
I mean, that's somebody's 15 minutes of fame right there.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was.
And then you're up there like Prince going, thank you.
I mean, I basically said two things. I also ran from the back of the room to the front, and I was out of breath when I got up to the mic. I misjudged how far it was.
I mean, that was the easiest way to get interviews for when we used to do the video section. When we used to do videos at Gen Con, you could just ask the people that won like any awards because they would love to show those things off.
Yeah,
and rightfully
it's a
so.
cool award.
Yeah, it's a cool award.
Yeah.
Like if you go back and look at it, there's a lot of really good interviews there. So
yeah.
This is annoying. So I go to RPG Geek and I want to search for geek lists, right? And then I go to geek lists and I go to hot, and it's a whole bunch of geek lists for board games. Why are the board games?
That is because someone probably put an RPG in there, right?
All right, fair enough.
It's sort of like, yeah, it's a double-edged sword of having it a crossover item.
Most of the geek lists that I usually see on RPG Geek are like tied to like play by emails or something like that.
Got it.
Or setting up, say, hey, we're gonna do like a virtual con or something like that, and here's the geek list of the games we're gonna be running for it. So they don't really do a whole lot of like top 10 lists.
Its own homepage. It's still the same, old page.
The format.
Yeah, there's a How Did Your RPG session go this weekend, June 23rd, 2025. Monster Mike. Only has one item on it.
Have you ever heard of people eating hibiscus as a protein source?
No.
Did not know this either. So,
the flowers?
Yeah. We went to a Mexican place and it was listed in like, you can get tacos with shrimp or chicken. Or
I have seen that, by the way, now that you mentioned
I've never seen people put hibiscus. I thought that was a flower.
It is a flower, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's like, how do they just sprinkle petals?
I feel like I feel like I've seen it before though. Like
people do jackfruit.
I think they're like deep fried.
I was very curious.
I've never had the jackfruit.
The seeds are.
Have you ever had the cactus?
Yeah, I've had I've tried the cactus and jackfruit, but I've never seen hibiscus as a protein source. I was like, what?
Hey, when you're in the desert, you're gonna eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the nopales.
Oh, the
nopales.
cactus, yeah.
Yeah, not good for me. I ordered it once by accident.
Like it didn't agree with you, or you just
No, I just didn't like the flavor of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'll just try these cactus thing. I'm sure it's
Just
not that bad.
Grinchman salsa, and there you go.
There you go. Delish. Nopales.
There's also a taco place nearby me that has all the weird meats.
Mhm.
And we
Tongue and
talked to the
everything.
manager and we're like, he's like, would we like this? Whatever it was. And he's like, no, you won't like it.
Lengua, tripe.
I've had those.
Yeah.
But it's the other stuff that I'm like, what's this?
Maybe I don't know the other stuff.
Yeah, I don't even know. There's like so many things. Like, let me see what is if I can find the names of it.
Cabeza.
I've had the lingua. I've had the tripe.
Yeah.
I don't really enjoy them, but I'll
No,
eat it.
I don't either. I'm like, do you have the white chicken? I want the white chicken.
Yeah.
I just go in and just give me burrito tacos and make the consomme hot, and you're good.
Yeah, they got birria tacos at this place. So good.
Boy, that and elote, and I'm good. I'm good.
I do love. Does your place have pozole? That soup?
Yeah,
like
no, but
It's got
I've
like
had
hominy.
I've had that
soup.
before. I really like
What
it.
about menudo?
I've never had that one.
I've never had it. I know what it is.
You know what I wish? I really wish.
You had an extra ball, another set of fingers.
By the way, this place has 30 different taco types.
Mm.
All Spanish names. I have no idea what they are.
This isn't velvet taco you're talking
No,
about.
no, this is La Salsa Verde.
No.
The real it, and it's all in Spanish, so I can't even like, yeah. I mean, I can pronounce it, but
No, I wish as I like scroll through the exhibitor list for Gen Con, I wish like it was easy to tell like what was what, right? Like if you're like a weird
yeah,
if
like a
you're
description.
an art, well yeah, I mean like just have an have a description right there.
Are you
But
going
We
through like
sell
the
dice
map,
bags.
the map list, or are you just going through the name list?
just the name list. I mean it's just like friendly skeleton. What the fuck is that?
I
You know,
know
I mean
friendly skeleton. They used to be what was it? Deep print. I think.
yeah, I mean but it's like,
they do
oh,
lightweight,
okay,
like monstrosity and stuff like that.
yeah, I mean it's just like but why
Like a
not?
little bio page or something.
Yeah.
Or just hyperlink to their publisher page?
Why did they change your name?
I think there was some like slight change in ownership or something, and I don't remember the story.
Company rebranded at Gen Con 2023 to match the ethos of its game catalogs.
Yeah.
Like what's
Games you want to show your
Hrothgar's
friends and
Horde?
family, thanks to a focus on approachability first. I don't know. I feel like what
It's
was
like
it?
Jacob Way.
Deep Water is a good name too, though.
Deep Water. That's what it is. Deep Print is
Oh, I
marketing.
remember Deepwater games. Yeah.
Yeah, Deep Water. That's what they were.
They used to bring a lot of they used to try to sign a lot of the Asian games.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Who was that? Did Emperor 54 games.
I just and like you're like looking for something that I mean like if I want to look for like I wish they like had a these are the RPG people. Like
Mhm.
these
Yeah.
are the RPG.
These are the dice people. Here are the coffee.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
separate them like that. I mean like I think that would be like
Yeah.
and let the companies say what
Give
they
a
are,
little-
right? I mean it's
yeah.
just like okay,
little 10 little one-liner.
yeah, I mean, it's just there's tags, right? I
Right.
sell dice. I sell this. I sell this. I sell this. And so if you go there and you hit the button or whatever, then you can see it. That kind of thing. I mean, anyway. Uh
We sell memories. That's what we sell.
We
No.
sell experiences.
I put hope in there.
Hope is a tag. What do you sell? Hope.
I put
Dreams.
I put hope. I put hope in there.
Man, we all need it.
I
Just a little
guess.
bit. To keep you through.
But yeah, no.
So I played my second session of Aeon's Trespass Odyssey.
And
How was it?
The game is real good. So
Cool.
intriguing. It's
Yeah.
basically a Kingdom Death Monster. It's not a clone, but it's inspired by.
yeah.
And there's just something about it.
Well, it's got a good
Mystery-
history behind
it's
it too.
mystery, the mystery of it, the exploration, the weird monsters.
Could you see
The
yourself?
tactic.
How many more times are you think you can play?
I don't
it?
know. I'm not sure. It's slow going though. We had one battle or two battles. I think we had one battle last week, which is not a lot. Although we had we had two. Two battles and like an hour or two of exploration.
But did you dedicate like all day to it?
We did.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, so I guess I'm putting in now it's about 16 hours of that game so far. And I feel like we're barely scratched the surface.
Right.
But we're getting
I
the
mean,
flow.
you guys didn't finish Kingdom Death, did you? You
We
said you
did,
were
but
almost done.
we ran through it pretty heavily, like 2 times. Because our whole what do you call it? Encampment or colony basically got wiped out. There's some like things in that game that are just like, oh, okay, we're all dead. That kind of thing.
We're
So
trying to get a fourth.
we're probably not going to play. I don't know. Well, I have to see how we're. I guess these guys would play it for 6 months if we, But
Yeah,
there's,
yeah.
here's the thing: I don't have any new games. I've not gotten a single new game that is since for a couple weeks now.
We're trying to find a fourth for Oathsworn to kick that off because I don't really
Sworn's real good. It's
I
really
don't
good.
want to. I don't want to play two players or two characters.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
Yeah. As soon as we get that, we're kicking that off.
Yeah, there's something about the fighting monsters getting their body parts and then going to craft gear from those body parts, and then you research. You have like a research tree, so you
Yeah.
you unlock more stuff, and then you can you start getting more.
And then
power.
you can take those parts to Gen Con and put them in a booth.
Well, the thing with Aeon's Trespass Odyssey is all the characters you fight as are Titans. You're controlling Titans, and there's like this whole Titan thing where you're training them.
Feel like God of War, the board game.
You're rearing them, yeah, kind of. It's all set in the mythological universe. We're dealing with labyrinthians.
Yeah, Chad, you should be on more often.
Labyrinthians. Wait. Is it like David Bowie labyrinthians, like with giant cod pieces and everything?
I don't know what that is.
Magic dance.
No. Well, yeah, basically.
You remind me of Dave.
They're basically like
David.
They're zealots of the labyrinth, and they basically got tattoos of labyrinth on them. Which there's a secret to that, which I'm not going to spoil. But we found out somebody with a completely tattooed in labyrinth, and then something really bad.
By saying something that there's a secret, you're spoiling it.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, somebody going in there like, I don't know what that means. Oh, there's a secret about it now. You just ruined it for somebody.
Nobody will remember what I said.
Well, then why even say it's a spoiler? You should just say what it is then, since nobody's gonna remember. You are unpleasant to game with.
The Kabuki kid will not.
You are unpleasant.
I mean, I'll say it.
All right, it's one. I got a bolt.
Yeah, I was gonna say we should probably wrap up. It's getting late. Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
We're gonna turn into pumpkins or something.
Yep.
Well, thanks. Look, Chad just dropped the smoke bomb.
Like, see ya. You probably didn't.
All right, you big jerks aren't going to be at Gen Con, but I guess we'll talk. I probably shouldn't have said that already, since we're gonna, probably get together next week and talk here. So,
when is? What's the dates?
End of July through the 1st of August.
Wait a minute.
It's not even
July 31st through August 3rd.
It's not even July yet.
Yeah, 4th of July is Friday. Holy cow! I used to live. I remember when, because up in Lakes Country, it's like there's a town called Detroit Lakes, and it just goes batshit insane on the 4th of July weekend. And when 4th of July lands on a weekend, it's like you take a town of like, I think it's like 5,000 people and put like another 5,000 people into that town. It turns into just a giant party. There's a river that people go and called Ottertail that people float down on like you grab a tube and you float down and drink beer and generally are very irresponsible. I still remember where like it was like a weekend. It was like a Friday. It was a Saturday. It was 4th of July, and I remember saying, "I think it's going to be a big deal. We should probably go tubing." And then we all said, "We need to get there early." And we were like, "What time do you think we need to get there?" And we're like, "We're going to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning, drive an hour down to like because there's like 3 companies that you pay them $10 and they give you an inner tube and if you need another inner tube for your cooler that you tie there's cooler tubes where like it was a smaller tube but your cooler would fit you would wrap it around your cooler so your cooler would float down full of your beer. But I remember we got up at 8, we hit the liquor store, got our ice. I mean, I was like, how much do I need? And I was like, I need a 30 pack. No, I need 2 30 packs. I
Of
was
beer?
just like of just beer, like whatever, like it was
Cheap beer?
probably Coors Light or something. Yeah,
Hers?
Coors, yeah. And I remember we got there and it was one of those things where it was like, okay, we got there and it was like me and my 3 buddies or whatever. And we were like, and I remember putting tons of uh sunscreen on. I mean, I think it was like 28 or 29. And I remember I put a ton of sunscreen on. I had my shades, I had my bandana on, my swim trunks, whatever. And we were all just sitting on the beach to begin with because there was like literally nobody else there. There was like a handful of people who had the same idea. So we just started drinking beer. And then there was a group of people that we were meeting up with that actually had their starting point was further up on the river. And so then I said, okay. And then we got our, and so I was like, so we waited for them to show up. And then if you went down the river about maybe 5 minutes, there was just this bend where everybody stopped and drank and would just sit there. And I just remember we got there around 10 and we tied all of our inner tubes together and we just started drinking. And it was like the perfect day. It was like not a cloud in the sky, just sunny, a hint of breeze, so you didn't get too warm. But if you got too warm, you just dunked yourself in the water and came back up. And I remember I remember just sitting there, everybody's yucking and laughing and joking and having a good time, tossing beers to each other. I remember I blinked and I looked around and all of a sudden there was like, oh, there's 20, 30 people. I blinked. There's like 700 people. It was just like and it was just nothing but inner tubes and people and beer and coolers and people doing dumb drunk things that dumb drunk 20-year-olds do. You know, but it was a blast and I remember people were just handing me weird drinks and I was just drinking them because I was young and stupid and I was gonna live forever. But I do remember I had to work the next day, and I remember I showed up with my dark glasses on, and one of the guys just said, "How are you feeling?" I was like, "Not good." I was like, sunburned, everywhere but where my
Yeah.
my sunglasses were, just.
Oh yeah. Did you have like the raccoon eyes?
Well, I had the bandana, so I had the line here, and then I had, just like sunglasses on. Yeah, I remember just being. That was a good day, though. That was a good, good, crazy day that would bury me if I tried to pull anything off that insane ever again. That was a good day. Remember it for a while. Anyway,
Okay.
if you guys ever want to come up, we'll go tubing down the Otter Tail. It's
You
still
like tubing?
open. You
The
can
Otter
still do
Tail?
it. You can still do it. All right. No, we got to get hold of Keith and make sure we line him up for the last show before let's see, it would be, well, I leave Tuesday the 29th, so it'd have to be the 23rd of July would have to be the date.
Yeah.
So when we do our big rundown. But anyway.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Thanks for showing up. Thanks.
Fun.
Nice to see you, Evan. Nice for you to
Nice to
show up
see
every
you.
once in a while.
Heck yeah, I show up almost all the time
I know.
for half the time.